WQAM Miami, an Odyssey sports station. The home of Joe Rose with Hollywood, Tobin and Leroy, and Hot Crowder and Solana. South Florida sports lives here.
Powered by Anajar Levine Accident Attorneys.
Call 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
It's time for Sports Day.
Beautiful day. Sky falls, you feel like it's a beautiful day.
Turn it up. It's Sports Day with Dan Day.
New beginnings here in South Florida this weekend when it comes to the sports world and maybe your world in general. The Miami Heat going to be part of the NBA lottery tomorrow. That is going to be at 3 p.m. Is the fix on because of the Terry Rozier situation, or is the NBA lottery on the up and up? We're not going to debate that. All I can tell you about the lottery tomorrow is the Heat. They have the possibility of getting the number 1 overall pick, the 2nd overall pick, the 3rd overall pick, the 4th overall pick, or the 13th or 14th pick. So kind of a feast or famine right there. Very exciting times, though, for the Miami Heat. Could totally change the projection of this organization. So we're going to be with bated breath tomorrow at 3 o'clock as that NBA lottery starts out. Also, mini rookie camp for the Miami Dolphins started yesterday. Some people say, what can you glean from a rookie camp? Some people say something. Other people say nothing. We're going to get into that as the day goes on. Of course, the Dolphins full rookie mini camp with 13 draft picks. Of course, there's the unsigned rookies and other guys trying to make this team and make a name for themselves. And it could be the foundation of a great beginning for the new regime with Jon-Eric Sullivan and Jeff Hafley. Also, Marlins number 2 overall prospect, Robbie Snelling, got his first taste of Major League Baseball action yesterday. He pitched 5 innings. The beginning, not so good. But the overall body of work, pretty good. So new beginnings here in South Florida. Where you at? I am Dan Day, my cousin Vladimir Louison. He's having some transportation issues, but no worries. He will be here eventually. We're going to lead you up to 3:30 today. That is going to be the pregame for the Marlins and the Nationals. First pitch going to be at 4:10. Steven Strom, Jack McMullen going to have the game for you. And it hopefully will be a new beginning for this Marlins team who lately have been faltering, although Otto Lopez is swinging the bat hotter than a $2 pistol. My guy Xavier Edwards, always great. And taking the mound today, my dude, Jansen Junk. So put that Marlins M, flip the M to a W, feeling as though we might be a little okay today. And we're going to be okay today because we got some really good stuff to go over these next 3.5 hours. Inter Miami about to get in action about an hour north of the border. This is an Inter Miami team which statistically you can say they're okay. They're 3rd in the East, but if you're an Inter Miami fan, you got to be thinking this team has underperformed this year with what we have expected. Once again, what you do and what is expected, 2 different things. So we shall keep you up to date on everything going on with this Inter Miami team as the game kicks off in about an hour from now. And of course, we're also going to be talking about this Dolphins rookie camp. We're going to talk about Dwyane Wade recently revealed some of his greatest seasons, in his opinion, as a Miami Heat member. We're going to definitely have to break that down. Not to mention, as the season grows closer for the Miami Dolphins, more decisions must be made. And although Jeff Hafley and Jon-Eric Sullivan have stood pretty strong on how they feel about Devon Achane, some stuff happened yesterday with the Jets that make things a little more murky with Devon Achane and the Miami Dolphins. Going to break it all down for you. Thank you so much for joining me. You can join me, of course, on social media at Dan Day Radio. I've been a little more active lately on my social media. Took a little break for a while simply because I have some things going on. You know, sometimes in life, you got things going on. I have things going on. But now things are starting to cool down, and I'm starting to get back into the social media and make things happen. Of course, I'm always out and about, always doing stuff, and that's the way I like it. 2, 3, 4 cups of coffee, and then start rocking and rolling. Right now, let's rock and roll into some headlines Inter Miami, they do hit the pitch north of the border today at 1 against Toronto FC. Toronto FC, a decent team in MLS. They're on the cusp of the playoffs. Once again, it's way early in the season. Inter Miami, third in the East, looking to get 3 points north of the border. Of course, when Messi comes to town, every town activates its big crowd crew, meaning that they've activated more buses to get to the arena, and the arena is enlarged with extra seating because everyone wants to see one of the greatest of all time do his thing, and reports are Messi will play today. Seems like Messi doesn't like to take off time ever since, he took a couple games off here and there, and other teams sued him because he's not allowed to take a day off. I don't understand that lawsuit. Nonetheless, Robbie Snelling, in his big league debut, gave up 3 in the first inning and settled in to pitch 5 innings and strike out 2, but it was not enough as the Marlins fell 3-2 to the Nationals. The 2 play again today at 4:10. Jansen Junk will get the start. Jansen Junk has had a good season so far. Not a great season, but he outdueled Shohei Ohtani the other day out in Los Angeles. He had a really good game the other day against the Phillies, but it wasn't enough as they lost 1-0. But hey, if Jansen Junk can go out there and give up 1 run a game, that's Cy Young material. Once again, not getting too far ahead of myself. Just saying, if your ERA is 1 and you're a starting pitcher in this league, I'm saying, Jansen Junk. Vlad's going to get excited about this, and we'll break it down. The Knicks took a 3-0 series lead, defeating the 76ers 108-94. 76ers kind of seemed like they had their last push last night. They opened the game on a big run, looking to get back home, get some momentum, kind of throw a punch, and they did. They threw not a sucker punch, but they threw a punch and hit the Knicks in the mouth, and the Knicks said, cleaned up the blood, said, okay, we'll take care of you. And the Knicks totally just took care of them last night. Joel Embiid, I don't think it makes a difference. I think the Knicks have this one in the bag, and it's easy to see why. They have been just the better team. Victor Wembanyama, by the way, one of the most, if not the most exciting player to watch, not just in these playoffs, but in all of basketball. Big night last night. Spurs got past the Timberwolves 115-108. They take a 2-1 series lead. Today at 3, you get Pistons-Cavs, with the Pistons looking to take a commanding 3-0 series lead. Then you got to wait all the way till 8:30 for Thunder-Lakers, and you don't have to wait past 8:31 to know who's probably going to win that game. Look, the Lakers have a little more fight in them. I don't know. It's kind of like we watch the Knicks 76ers games. The 76ers have 1 game in them. I don't know. Victor Wembanyama was absolutely stellar last night. He is the reason why you give these Spurs any chance to get past the Timberwolves, who have been in the Western Conference Finals past couple of years, and give the Oklahoma City Thunder a run. They gave them fits during the regular season. Very interesting. That is going to be a series that if the Thunder and the Spurs advance to the Western Conference Finals, that all eyes will be on that game. I know I get off of work and I race, and I mean race home every night to watch when the Spurs play. Of course, last night I was at Duffy's Implantation. Justin, Angie, Val, they were back there making it happen. And I didn't leave. I stayed the play to past midnight, even though the bar was closed at midnight. I stayed until the game was over because I wanted to see Victor Wembanyama. I wanted to see the San Antonio Spurs. They are a young, dynamic, fun core. Victor Wembanyama, 22 years old. Stephon Castle, 21 years old. Dylan Harper, 20 years old. And the old man of the crew, De'Aaron Fox, 26 years old. Wow. Fun to watch those San Antonio Spurs. Also fun to watch those NHL playoffs. Every night just seems to be a different narrative. Montreal Canadiens, they tied their series at 1 with the Buffalo Sabres, winning 5-1. Vegas Golden Knights took care of business, taking a 2-1 series lead, defeating the Anaheim Ducks 6-2. Today, you got to wait a little while for some hockey action because you got the Inter Miami soccer, you got the basketball, but you get some later in the day NHL action at 6. It's the Carolina Hurricanes going for the sweep of the Philadelphia 76ers. I would be surprised if Philadelphia had any fight in them. Looks like Carolina is by far the best team in the East. And speaking of the best team in the West, at 9 o'clock, the Colorado Avalanche take on the Minnesota Wild. Colorado Avalanche going for a 3-0 series lead in that one. Do the Wild have any fight left in them against a very dominant Colorado Avalanche team? It does look like at this point, and things can change, it's going to be a collision course between the Carolina Hurricanes and the Colorado Avalanche. 2 teams, along with everyone else in the league, very happy that the Florida Panthers did not make it into the big tournament at the end of the season. Just saying, keeping it real, keeping it a buck, and we're going to do that later on. If you're a Carolina Hurricanes fan or a Colorado Avalanche fan, you're watching or listening, whether it's 104.3 FM, WQAM, 560 AM, or on the Odyssey app, or YouTube and Twitch, 104.3 WQAM, tell me the truth. Do you not feel a little bit of relief that the Florida Panthers are not in these playoffs? Feel a little more hopeful, especially with the Carolina Hurricanes. Not take shots, facts, just facts. Colorado Avalanche, they've had a decent run against the Panthers in the past, but it's a different Panthers team nonetheless. Canes will take on Notre Dame in South Bend, Indiana. That is going to be a primetime game Saturday, November 7th at 7:30. All eyes going to be on that game. It's going to be a revenge game for Notre Dame because remember, we beat them opening game last year at Hard Rock Stadium. Both teams expected to be in the college football playoffs, competing for a national championship, to be honest. A lot of the early projections have Notre Dame number 1, the Canes number 4. Can't wait for that game right here on WQAM. Dolphins holding rookie camp. Reports are that the team is interested in former Cincinnati Texas Tech quarterback Brendan Sorsby in the supplemental draft. Now you're saying, why is he in the supplemental draft? Well, he had to enter rehab for gambling addiction. And the rumor is that he was gambling on college sports. So can't continue in the college game. Brendan Sorsby going to go to the supplemental draft. Once again, Miami Dolphins have reiterated that each year or every other year, they're going to draft a quarterback to keep competition in the quarterback's room. They did not draft a quarterback in this past draft because they said they just had too many holes to fill, and they felt as though Malik Willis was the addition to the team. This could be the chance to draft, quote unquote, that quarterback and get more competition in the room because as we know right now, it's not that much competition in there. So we shall see what happens there. Ezekiel Angangbaile, committed to the U, the 4-star defensive lineman, plays prep ball in Houston. So you lose 2 great guys on the edge, Mesidor and Bain. And, of course, he's not going to be on the team this year, but you're hoping to just keep restocking if you're Mario Cristobal. NBA draft lottery going to be Sunday at 3 o'clock. As it stands, Heat could pick, like I said, between 1st and 14th. Going to break it down for you real quick. So the lottery goes, Heat are currently sitting in 13th position. Now, if they get lucky, they could land in the top 4. 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th. If they do not land in the top 4th, they automatically revert to 13th. If the Charlotte Hornets, who are currently 14th in the NBA lottery, do happen to jump up into those top 4, then we would go back down to number 14. So really, the options for Miami Heat tomorrow at 3 o'clock are 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 13th, or 14th pick. So you see how big of a void that is, a big of a gap that is between 1, 2, 3, 4, and 13 or 14. A lot of players between there, a lot of talent differentiation. Although this draft is deep, you can always find diamonds in the rough, especially at 13th. That's where Bam Adebayo was drafted. Nonetheless, if you could land in the top 4, we're going to find out what it means for this Miami Heat team and what they should do if they do so get lucky and get into one of those top 4 picks, and dare I say the number 1 overall pick, because the Heat have never had the number 1 overall pick. Remember, Michael Beasley was a 2nd overall pick, but having the number 1 overall pick this year for any team with the guys that are there, whether it be AJ Debantsa, whether it be Cameron Boozer from right here in South Florida, got Darren Acuff Jr. from Arkansas, you got the guy out of North Carolina. Oh, yeah, and you can't forget about Darren Peterson, that if he can get healthy, he is a scoring machine. Lots of good options if you can fall into those top 4 overall picks in this coming lottery. Nonetheless, we will hold our breath tomorrow at 3 o'clock as the NBA draft lottery goes down. I think it's on the up and up. Some people think it's not on the up and up. We'll see how it favors the Miami Heat tomorrow. Canes baseball team fell an extra inning 16-9 against Louisville. The rubber match is going to be today at 2 o'clock. It's one of those things. Canes baseball team has been okay in ACC play. You win today and you feel good about yourself and you say, yeah, we've won most of our series. We're doing good. You lose today and you start saying, man, kind of trending downward. So Miami Hurricanes baseball hopefully can get that win today at home. 2 o'clock. The weather is absolutely beautiful. So if you get some time, go on out there, Titanic Brewery, go to Mark Light Field, get yourself a Mark Light shake, maybe the Joe Zagacki shake. And then afterwards, if you're still hungry, maybe Miami's best pizza, the big cheese. You got to throw down a pizza after a good baseball game. Sounds like a good time to me. The men's and women's NCAA tournaments expansion is official. Going to be 76 teams. As long as the tournament can make money, they're going to keep expanding until they stop making money. I feel as though one day it might just be a free-for-all tournament where all like 300 teams get in and we just play it out. Why not? Everybody gets an award. And then the 77th team next year that doesn't make it is going to boo-hoo and complain. And we're going to say, oh, it's not fair. We need to expand it more. And the NCAA is like, we'll expand until you stop paying us extra money. It's all about the money. Just follow. It's like Deep Throat in the movie All the King's Men about Richard Nixon and the whole, Watergate thing. Follow the money. Follow the money. I don't know if anybody gets that Deep Throat reference from All the King's Men, but yeah, Robert Redford, R.I.P. After one day of trial, Tyreek Hill and influencer Sophie Hall have settled out of court for an undisclosed amount. Hall claims that Hill broke her leg doing football drills in her ranch yard back in 2023. We remember the story. Tyreek Hill, for some reason, was at some influencer's house. They were practicing football. He tackled her. She apparently broke her leg. He was supposedly a good Samaritan, carried her upstairs to her bedroom because her leg was hurting. Whatever happened behind closed doors is their business. And then she sued him for breaking her leg. And now it's been settled out of court after one day of trial. And hopefully this is the last we hear of it. And I'm sure Tyreek Hill really ready to put that behind him and get his playing career, if there is any left in football. Of course, not going to be a distraction for the Miami Dolphins anymore. He feels though Jeff Hafley and Jon-Eric Sullivan want to get as far away from not just Tyreek Hill, but that type A personality. Like, they don't want distractions. They want guys that bring a lunch pail and just work every day for this Miami Dolphins team. So Tyreek Hill will wish you the best. It was a fun ride. It was a great ride, but now it's time to enjoy a different type of ride here with the Miami Dolphins, and hopefully I hate to say it's more fruitful ride with more wins, more sustained winning, and playoff victories. UEFA Champions League final will feature Paris Saint-Germain versus Arsenal. Now that's going to be kicking off noon, May 30th. So a little while to get yourself ready, but PSG have been a team that's known to choke in the Champions League over the past couple of years. They have been very solid over the past couple of years in big-time games. They get Arsenal from the Premier League in England. Arsenal, everybody's not really given a chance. I'm the type of person that says in a one-game championship with everything on the line, anything can happen. Early favorite PSG, yes, but Arsenal, do not count them out. Next week, I think. We're not going to have Daniel Solana on this week because he's celebrating the birth of his son. Well, not the birth of his son, the birthday of his son. But we're going to have him on, and we'll talk about this as the game gets closer. Of course, you got till May 30th to kind of focus in. Panthers forward Matthew Tkachuk flew over the Fort Lauderdale Air and Sea Show yesterday in a Thunderbird F-16 Fighting Falcon. Oh, you got the little Air and Sea Show going there at Fort Lauderdale. A whole lot of fun, man. Hit the elbow room. I'm sure he landed, thanked all the guys, and said, drinks on me at the elbow room. That would be pretty awesome. He and fellow teammate Alexander Barkov will play in the IIHF World Championships in Switzerland later on this month. Barkov for Finland, Tkachuk for the USA. A lot of people saying, Barkov for Finland? Of course, Barkov did not play this past season, sustaining a knee injury early before the season started in practice, but apparently he's healthy enough to play for his fellow country, Finland. We wish him all the best and do not get hurt. Also, Matthew Tkachuk, wish you all the best. Do not get hurt. It seems like in these games outside of the NHL have been problems for the Panthers, which caused them to not make the playoffs this year. It was an injury-riddled year. Hopefully we get healthy and get back to the Florida Panthers that have been taking over the league the past couple of years. And the Hurricanes football team has offered a scholarship to Texas high school freshman Adrian Peterson Jr. That is right. 14-year-old's father, NFL great Adrian Peterson. When Vlad gets here in the next hour, we'll go over the whole giving scholarships or offering scholarships to 14 and 13-year-olds when it comes to college football in the dog-eat-dog world that is college football. But right now, we got to dog it and step into the day spa. A South Korean man is facing 5 years in jail after posting an AI picture of a wolf roaming the streets of his hometown there in South Korea. Whew. AI jokes hurt, man. AI jokes hurt. Don't play around with them. So I am Dan Day, by the way. I am here hanging with you. Makuze Vladimir Louison. He's having some transportation issues. He is on his way to the radio station. In the meantime, it's just the two of us, you and I. We can make it if we try. And we're going to go till 3:30. We've got a Marlins game today against the Washington Nationals. Marlins didn't drop a heartbreaker last night, but it's been a bunch of close games. Robbie Snelling got his first taste of Major League Baseball, and he got rocked early, but then he settled in and pitched very well. He is the number 2 overall prospect for the Miami Marlins. Today we have Jansen Junk on the mound, so you know I'm excited about that. We're going to lead you up to the pregame at 3:30. First pitch is going to be at 4 o'clock, and we want to hear from you. 305-567-0560. You can also jump into YouTube and Twitch and drop your comments no matter where you are in the world. We always appreciate our commenters. Heat Cult, my dude right there, says the future is bright for Miami sports here in South Florida. I absolutely agree. RVA Richie says, hey, Dan, is Vlad hungover? Once again, no. Well, he could be hungover. I don't know about what he did last night, but the reason he is not here yet is because he's having some transportation issues, and he will be here as soon as possible. Happy Evelyn says that they went to the Marlins game Thursday night and bet them 9th inning win. Hey, Marlins pay every once in a while. So once again, you can join in 305-567-0560. You can also once again jump on the YouTube and Twitch. RVA Richie asking, tell us what happened at Tabacon last night. That's right. We had our Whiskey Stars and Cigars event over at Tabacon. Davion Mitchell was there. Joe Rose, Leroy Horde, Tobin, Alejandro Solana, Daniel Solana, who you hear on this show, whole team out there making it happen. I was unfortunately not able to make the event. I was here at the radio station making sure everything ran here in the studio. And then, of course, I was DJing over there at Duffy's Implantation, which is like a half a mile away, but I had DJ duties. You know, you can't neglect your DJ duties at Duffy's. A lot of D's right there. Catch a bunch of D's, if you know what I mean. So we're going to hear from you, and we're going to talk about a lot of things as things go on. And a lot of people are very excited about Whiskey Stars and Cigars. A lot of people there last night. A lot of good things happening. You can hit me up on social media at Dan Day Radio as we try to figure out what is going on in and around the sports world. I am going to tell you right now, I got a nice day hanging out with you right here till 3:30. Then we got the Marlins game. I think I'm going to go home. I'm going to relax a little bit. I'm going to call Big Lynn up, tell her happy early Mother's Day. Remember, tomorrow's Mother's Day. Want everybody remember that. Get ahead of it. Start Mother's Day early. Do something tonight. Be nice. Be cool. Always love your mom. They'll always love you. And then probably go to the beach and go see Giuseppe and Nathan. And then get up tomorrow, and I'm supposed to have the day off. Now, I don't know if Vlad gets lost in the ether with these transportation duties or whatnot. Maybe, I'll be working tomorrow, but, have the day off tomorrow. If it's sunny, straight to the beach. If it's not sunny, straight to South Beach, and I'll probably just walk around. Maybe walk by News Cafe, Wet Willie's, walk all the way down to Ted's Hideaway, walk on the boardwalk, wave to some bikini-clad women, and just, take all in that everything that South Beach has to offer. There's a lot to offer here on a sports day as we're going to be taking to 3:30. Going to give you kind of a rundown real quick of everything that we're going to be doing. Of course, we're going to be keeping you up to date with all the headlines. Inter Miami taking on Toronto FC at 1 o'clock. They'll be finishing up right as pretty much we start finishing up. Not to mention, we're going to get you ready for the Marlins game. They are going to be taking on the Washington Nationals, division rivals in a way. That's going to be a 4:10 first pitch. That is going to be a 3:30 start. Once again, we're going to lead you into that. We're talking about Dolphins rookie minicamp. This NBA lottery has me so stoked up. I'm excited for so many reasons because the Heat possibly, although they've never really done it, jumped up in the NBA draft. This could be the year. A lot of people think the fix is on. And because of the whole Terry Rozier situation and us losing a first overall draft pick because we traded for Terry Rozier and then the whole mafia, CIA, FBI investigation that the NBA going to make it right. There has been some questionable, quote unquote, make it rights in the NBA lottery in the past. I want to see if Miami can jump up. And even if Miami does jump up, that's the one thing I'm very excited about. What do they do with the pick? Do they sit there and make the pick and keep the guy? Or do they trade the pick and get another guy? And you know who the other guy most likely would possibly be. I'm like, wait for you, goes into the YouTube, Twitch, and chat and says, we deserve it. Adam Silver, make it right. So Adam Silver, wait for you, wants you to make it right. I don't know about that. Let's just see. It's all good. So what we're going to do, take a break. We're going to get ready and we're going to make things happen right here. Maybe, you know what? We might do this next. We're going to do a little what I like. Since Vlad's not here yet, tentatively scheduled what I like, some of the things I liked in and around the sports world over the past 24, 48 hours. I am Dan Day. This is Sports Day on 104.3 FM, WQAM.
WQAM, broadcasting live from the Ed Moore Sawgrass Auto
Radio or TuneIn apps. Don't miss a thing.
It's time to do some what I like, some of the things I liked over the past 24, 48 hours or so in the sports world and really the world in general, trying to stay positive. Don't want to bring you down. It's a weekend. It's beautiful. It's South Florida or wherever you're listening. Look, I was telling someone the other day, I can have a good time anywhere for a couple of days. So if you live in some podunk town and you're listening on the Odyssey app or you're watching on YouTube, make the most of the situation. And I'm not going to name any podunk towns. I'm just going to say, no matter where you're at, make the most of it. And that's exactly what we're going to do right now is make the most of what happened in and around the world over the past 24, 48 hours. Where you at? I am Dan Day on social media at Dan Day Radio. My cousin Vladimir Lewisson having some transportation issues, but he's kind of like the mailman. Rain, sleet, snow, whatever it takes, whether it be by foot, by carriage, by plane, by bus, by car, he's going to find a way to get here. So he will be here very soon. One guy that just seems to keep getting things done is one Victor Wembanyama.
Michelle and Edwards is there. Screen. Wembanyama three. Good!
There is
what a hit outside.
From one of the complete games of these NBA playoffs, Victor Wembanyama, first of all, is an alien. He has had a great playoff so far, and last night was kind of the quintessential Victor Wembanyama game. Basically scored the first 9 points of the game, and anytime his team needed a play on either side of the court, Victor Wembanyama has been there, finishing with 39 points, and as you just heard, a big clutch three towards the end of the game. Just keep making plays. 15 rebounds and 5 blocks. He is a force to be reckoned with as the Spurs take a 2-1 series lead, 115-108 over the Minnesota Timberwolves. And if you're saying, no, but they're doing it without Anthony Edwards is hobbled, but still no excuses. Anthony Edwards had 32 points, 14 rebounds, and 6 assists. You cannot say the Timberwolves don't have the experience and the talent to go toe-to-toe with the San Antonio Spurs, but it seems like no one has the talent to go with Victor Wembanyama, who I'll say this is the most must-watch player in this whole entire NBA postseason. You can like LeBron, you can like Anthony Edwards, you can like Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, but Victor Wembanyama every night seems to be doing things we have never seen before. The other night, I think he had 15 blocks in a game. That was an NBA record. Last night, he was just doing everything. Inside, outside, running the point guard. 7'4". He is a force to be reckoned with. He is fun to watch. Like I said, I get off from trivia or wherever I'm working every night, and I go home immediately to watch the San Antonio Spurs when they're playing. Last night, I shut down Duffy's at like 12:30, even though they're supposed to close at midnight because the bar was full, and I wanted to see what Victor Wembanyama was doing like everyone else, and he did not disappoint. He is a true force in this league, and he is the one, maybe one kryptonite to the Oklahoma City Thunder, who we will see play the Lakers later on this evening. Maybe just the one guy and one team that can make Oklahoma City Thunder kind of turn over at night and go, got to worry about our championship hopes. Speaking of championship hopes, my cousin Vladimir Lewisson's New York Knicks, the championship hopes look better and better with every single game. The other night, the Knicks whooped up in game 1 of their series with the 76ers with Joel Embiid in the lineup. So second game, Joel Embiid not in the lineup, and you say, 76ers have no chance. 76ers actually kept the game closer without Victor Wembanyama. Without Joel Embiid. Then last night, Joel Embiid back up in the lineup. No problem for the New York Knicks as they take care of business, even though they threw a haymaker at first, the 76ers, and got a big lead early in the game. The Knicks stayed the course and pretty much walked away from the 76ers, 108-94. Charles Barkley speaking the other night about how the Knicks team, straight up, they're just better than the 76ers.
Number one, I don't think it matters.
What doesn't matter? Embiid or no Embiid?
Well, Embiid, they just beat him with 40 when he played. What make you think he got?
Don't you give them a little bit of a pass for having to play a 7-game series and coming off of that with 1 day of rest?
The Sixers can't beat the Knicks. The Knicks are a better team, in my opinion. They're playing great basketball. They're clicking on all cylinders. I feel bad for Joel. But the Knicks are just a better team than the Sixers. Joel is never going to be healthy for an extended period of time. Like, I hate that because he's a great player when he's healthy, but the notion he's going to come back and play 4 games where they can win those 4 games, I just don't think so. Because if you go back and look at game 1, they were attacking him in the pick and roll because he can't move. But the Knicks are going to win this series.
Charles Barkley speaking gospel right there. Like I've said yesterday and a bunch of other days, it don't matter if Joel Embiid plays or not. 76ers do not have enough firepower against the New York Knicks. And I know if you live down here in South Florida and you're a Heat fan, you hate to hear that. Well, you hate the 76ers and you hate the New York Knicks. I get you. 76ers have thrown their best punches. Heck, their best punch was without Joel Embiid. With Joel Embiid, they still can't win. There's nothing I think the 76ers can do to change the outcome of this series. Maybe win a game at home. Maybe. This series is done. I'm sorry. The New York Knicks are by far the better team. Charles Barkley said it. He pointed it out. They got everybody playing good, but they don't just have Jalen Brunson hitting big shots and playing good. They got Mikal Bridges playing good. OG Anunoby playing good. Karl Anthony Towns has become a facilitator. That's how much this team is locked in, that he doesn't have to be option number 1 or 2. He can be out there facilitating, stretching the court, making things happen. 76ers, sometimes you get into bad matchups. I don't want to hear about they had a long 7-game series against the Celtics. Nah, we don't make excuses in this league. You got to go out there and you got to produce, and it seems like they have no answers for the Knicks. They threw their best punch yesterday early in the game. They were up big. Paul George had a ton of points in the first half, then had 0 points in the second half. That's because in the long run, not just a 7-game series, but over 48 minutes, Knicks and the better team gonna win. Charles Barkley is right. He loves the 76ers. He played for the 76ers, and he even knows the Knicks have got this one, and they will be probably onward and upward. And a lot of people in New York feeling it, that they're going to win this Eastern Conference, and then you get into a 7-game series in the NBA championship. You never know. You never know. So Knicks fans, you can peacock a little bit right now. You should be very proud of yourselves and what you were doing over there, especially against the Philadelphia 76ers. Keeping it with the NBA playoffs, which has been just absolutely fantastic, by the way. If you've been paying any attention, and I know a lot of people are detractors of the NBA with the load management, with the way the guys jump around and play for different teams, with the way guys seem to not care so much. These NBA playoffs have been absolutely fantastic. One of the storylines, though, that could be somewhat of a detraction is that players and coaches have whined about the officiating over and over and over and over again. It got so bad the other night. Look, the Lakers, they're not going to beat Oklahoma City Thunder. Like I said, Lakers are a lot like the 76ers. If they win one game, they can walk away from the series going, okay, we gave it our best shot. I don't know if they have even one game in them. The other night, though, they kind of blamed the officials for missing some calls and not giving them calls. They kind of crowded the officials after that Game 2 loss to the Oklahoma City Thunder. And a lot of Austin Reeves went out there and said a bunch of things after the game. Then after the game, the coach, J.J. Redick, kind of called out the referees also.
LeBron has the worst whistle of any star player I've ever seen. I mean, I've been with him 2 years now. There's, again, the smaller guys, because they can be theatric, they typically draw more fouls, and the bigger players that are, built like LeBron, it's hard for them. SGA gets like a touch foul, I guess, on the drive. There was a stretch where 4 straight possessions, our guys got absolutely clobbered trying to make an entry pass to Jackson, and Jalen Williams is grabbing his jersey with both arms. That's a turn. They're hard enough to play. They're hard enough to play. You've got to be able to just call it if they foul, and they do foul.
So I like this from J.J. Redick, specifically from J.J. Redick. He is trying to change the course of this series. He is trying to garner some more fouls for his team, maybe less fouls for Oklahoma City. It is a chess game. J.J. Redick isn't boo-hooing and crying like a lot of people are saying he is. No, he's playing the chess game like all coaches do, especially in the playoffs. He's going out there saying, hey, let's put a spotlight on these referees so they think twice about their calls, and maybe, just maybe, we get an extra whistle here and there that can turn the tide of the game, and maybe, just maybe, SGA and OKC don't get all these whistles. And maybe they'll just say in the back of their mind, next time someone flops on the other team, let's let it go. Let's have some playoff basketball. JJ Redick, I think, doing the right thing right there. He is playing the chess game that it comes with being a coach in the NBA playoffs, especially when you're down 2-0 to, let's be honest, a superior team. He's trying to get any advantage that he can. I do not like when the players, especially after a loss, come out and boo-hoo about the referees, because the first rule in all sports is you take care of your business, nothing else matters. So if you take care of your business, doesn't matter if the referee misses a call here and there, you should still win. I know Jaylen Brown came out, and then I know that Donovan Mitchell said, I'm not a flopper, so I don't get rewarded. Flopping has been around in sports since its inception. You're not going to get rid of it, so stop all that nonsense. If guys flop and they get calls, that's the way it's going to be. Guys flop and they don't get calls, that's the way it's going to be. You play your game and worry about your game and let it go. I didn't like Jaylen Brown that he came out and did it after a loss. And even Draymond Green came out the other day and said, there's a lot of times I want to get after the refs, but if we lose the game, I don't go out there because it sounds like you're making excuses. You win the game, you go out there, you can call them out and say, hey, look, the refs were terrible today, but we still found a way to win. Sometimes you just have to swallow that anger and that upsetness and calling out the referees. LeBron James was asked about it, and LeBron gave, honestly, a political answer. We got to be better at this, and this, not blaming the referees because he's a professional. He's a true professional, no matter how you feel about LeBron James. But I do not have a problem with JJ Redick coming out and doing this in postgame because, like I said, he is playing the chess match that is the NBA, that is coaching, that is the playoffs. He's trying to get an advantage for his team any way possible. He also said we have to be better. And honestly, you do have to be better. Oklahoma City, hard enough as it is, and any advantage that you can get to win one game. Once again, I'm not talking about the Lakers getting back in this series. I'm talking about one game. Now, the Lakers can win tonight. Whatever. One game. That's what you're hoping for. And then take it one game at a time. Maybe I'm right. Maybe I'm wrong. How do you feel? 305-567-0560. Let me know. I think the whole world loves Victor Wembanyama. I don't know anybody that doesn't love Victor Wembanyama. Also, do you feel as though there's any chance the 76ers or the Lakers get a win in this series? How do you feel about the referees? How do you feel about flopping? I'm pretty much. Okay, let's transition real quick, though. Mike McDaniel, do you know who he is? Oh, yeah, that's right. You know who he is. Former coach of the Dolphins, now the offensive coordinator over there with the Los Angeles Chargers, was recently on the Pat McAfee show along with his head coach, Jim Harbaugh. And Jim Harbaugh says Mike McDaniel might be rubbing off on him a little bit.
I'm really just leaning into how Mike sees the game. It's creative. It puts defenses in a conflict. And kind of like our players, there's just a lot of excitement to learn everything that Mike knows. And that's really the main thing I'm leaning into. People keep asking me, like, you're going to start, wearing, the kind of shoes that he was, or the cool
jacket. I wouldn't dress this way if my name was up there.
Yeah,
I wouldn't have to dress this way.
Yeah, on the Ring of Honor.
Yeah. Like.
Maybe I'll go to the wardrobe. But,
my God, you showing up to a game.
I'm leaning into what he knows about football. That's what I'm most excited about.
First things first, you have probably the most stylish coach in the league in Mike McDaniel and the most unstylish coach in the league in Jim Harbaugh, Mr. Khakis and a shirt. And, of course, we know Mike McDaniel has all types of craziness. But I like how Jim Harbaugh kind of jokes a little bit, then gets right back to business. You know what? I'm leaning into his coaching style. Forget all this nonsense. That was funny, but that's what you want in a head coach. Jim Harbaugh, not about all that silliness. He'll make a joke here and there, but he is all about that business. And I think it's going to be a very good marriage there with the Los Angeles Chargers. You've got a hard-nosed leader in Jim Harbaugh. I hate to say it. And then you got Mike McDaniel that can play the good cop, that is just focused on his offensive coordinating. He just did recently say that he wants to make Justin Herbert a mastercraft quarterback, meaning that he has all the skills in the world. He's going to work on the little things to make him better. We know what Mike McDaniel could do with a quarterback that has some talent. He did it with Tua Tagovailoa. It's going to be interesting to see what he does with Justin Herbert, but it really does seem like there's a good dynamic there with the Los Angeles Chargers as you got Jim Harbaugh, hard-nosed, serious, tough, leader of men. That's the bad cop. Then you got the good cop, Mike McDaniel, who is a friend of men and also very smart and very good at what he does. Seems like Jim Harbaugh can punch you in the stomach, and then Mike McDaniel come and pat you on the back. So we shall see how that works out. I know I've got my guy, Travis Burke. He is a South Broward High School graduate. He played over there at FIU for a couple of years. He went to Memphis last year. He got drafted in the 4th round to play tackle over there with the Los Angeles Chargers. Hope to talk to him and kind of hear what's going on with Mike McDaniel as the OC, as the mini camp for the rookies has just begun all across the league. And the Dolphins, of course, no exception to that. Their guys checked in. And as the show goes on, we're going to check in and see what they're saying about this first day, second day of Dolphins mini camp. Up next, since we're still waiting on my cousin Vladimir Lewisall, we don't know where you're at, Vlad. We know you're listening. We're going to do a little keep it a buck. Keep it 100%. Some beliefs that we believe 100% right here. Keep it tuned. Sports Day, 104.3 FM, WQAM.
Text WQAM on the Kendall Toyota text line.
apps.
Wow, that was so easy.
All of our shows are there live or on demand. Plus, there's the cool rewind feature where you can listen to any part of any show you might have missed. Anytime.
1, here comes the 2 to the 3 to the 4. Tell them bring another round, we need plenty more. 2 stepping on the table, she don't need a dance floor. Oh my, good Lord.
Time to keep it a buck, keep it 100%. What we believe to be is true. True. You're hearing Shabuzi right now. It's 31 today. Happy birthday, Shabuzi. Get tipsy. It's also Billy Joel's 77th birthday, but we've heard Billy Joel a billion times. You probably heard this song a billion times, but nonetheless, wanted to give Shabuzi some shine. Let me tell you, both Shabuzi and Billy Joel have gotten me out of some tight DJ nights, no matter where I might be. Last night was at Duffy's Implantation. I played both Shabuzi, this song, Tipsy, and some Billy Joel. So, happy birthday, guys. Always good. Always good at Duffy's Implantation. 2 for 1 drinks. Justin, Angie, Sabrina, Val, Sean, the general manager, Kyle, the regional manager, comes by for the party. It's a good time. So try to join me either on a Thursday night for trivia or a Friday for just straight up playing the tunes. I was also there on Cinco de Drinko. Spent a lot of time at Duffy's Implantation. That's a good thing. 2 for 1 drinks and good food, good people, good time. So everybody at the bar getting tipsy. It's the weekend here in South Florida, so keep it a buck. That's what you might need to be doing. And I'm hoping Matthew Kachuk, as he flew over the Fort Lauderdale Air and Sea Show, which is happening all weekend, of course, right there on Fort Lauderdale Beach. Hopefully, after he landed, he went straight to the elbow room and treated all the pilots and all the good people at the Air and Sea Show to some drinks at the old elbow room, legendary elbow room. But right now, I want to keep it a buck with some other things. 100% what I believe to be true. I'm telling you right now, 100% without a doubt. Knicks will get past the 76ers. Most likely going to get the Pistons, who are beating up on the Cavs, trying to get that 3-0 series lead tonight. And then, of course, without a doubt, I have got Oklahoma City Thunder defeating the Lakers in the 7-game series. Lakers and the 76ers could get a win here and there. It's the NBA playoffs. These guys have private. I do not see them winning those series. And then, without a doubt, Victor Wembanyama, 100%, the most exciting player to watch in these NBA playoffs. I know arguments could be made for Jalen Brunson, Mighty Mouse, who makes big play after big play after big play. And I know there's some other arguments. LeBron James, always the greatest show on earth. But, man, watching Victor Wembanyama and the way I've seen every night at bars when I'm out, like last night at Duffy's, people sticking around after the bar closed to watch what he can do. He's a marvel. At 7'4", he blocks everything. He makes dunks. He makes threes. He plays point guard. He's got a great touch. It's just absolutely awesome and cool to watch. And you just pray that he stays healthy, because it is going to be a fun ride over the next, even 15 years possibly, watching Victor Wembanyama and this young San Antonio Spurs core make some waves in this NBA playoffs. And keep it a buck, the NBA playoffs have been really, really fun. Whether you like the NBA regular season or not, if you've been paying attention to these playoffs, lots of good things, lots of good storylines, lots of fun guys to watch. I have loved pretty much every minute of it, and it has been really, really good. The NHL playoffs have also been very exciting. It's been back and forth. It seems like some of the games are blowouts, but then the other team that got blown out comes back the next game and blows out the other team. So it seems like there's a lot of back and forth in these NHL playoffs. And tonight, like I said, they don't get started till 6 o'clock, a little later start for the NHL playoffs. But now is the time that if you want to stay in, it's the time to stay in and just watch TV. Or if you want to go out, you got to go somewhere with TVs, not a TV, but multiple TVs, because you want to watch all the games. Marlins, they've been slumping. Keep it a buck. I'm not going to lie. I have hope for Jansen Junk, though, today. I always have hope for Jansen Junk. Robbie Snelling, keep it a buck. Had a rough first inning yesterday, and it ended up costing him the game in his first start in Major League Baseball. But from what we're hearing, Robbie Snelling is going to be the truth here in the league, which once again could really help solidify this starting pitching lineup, which I still believe is very good for the Marlins. One of the tops in the league. Sandy Alcantara, we know what he is capable of. What he does, that's somewhat questionable. Yuri Perez, we know what he's capable of. What he does, though, we will see. Jansen Junk, we know he has been solid this year, especially lately. That's another solid arm in this rotation. You had to send Chris Paddock back down, designate him for assignment. He was not getting, keep it a buck. He did not deserve to be in the major leagues at all. So sorry, Chris Paddock, you're a victim of keep it a buck. You did not deserve to be in the major leagues. You deserve to be in the minor leagues until you get your life together, at least pitching life. Robbie Snelling, keep it a buck. would be a great arm, great addition to this team if he can live up to the potential. And from everything I'm hearing, he will be very good. And we've got some other guys in this pitching lineup. So there's hope that it's an early season. And look, if you look at the major league records, a lot of teams are around 500, which the Marlins are around 500. And all they've been slumping, they can find their way today. They can find their way through these next couple of games and find a way to get right back around 500. I've told you before the season, you can expect this team to be around 500 at the end of the season. They are going to not do so great against the best teams in the league, although they did good against the Dodgers. They are going to do very well against the poorer teams in this league. And against the middle teams in this league, they're going to do about 50-50, which puts you right around 500, which in today's Major League Baseball can be a good thing because that means you are in the wild card hunt. And as a Marlins fan, you have to be okay with that because, you get into the wild card, you get going, things start looking pretty good for you because wildcard teams seems like they're already in playoff mode going into the playoffs because they've been fighting for their playoff lives, seem to be kind of a little more grizzled than some of the other teams, and they can find ways to get things going. Also, one more thing I want to keep a buck. Earlier this week, I had to go pay my dude Giuseppe's rent, which, is no big deal. It's just he's not as mobile as he used to be. He's getting up there in age. So I have to walk down Collins Avenue to go pay at one of these places, and it's all good. But, man, I pass all these little cool restaurants and places to eat, and it's the middle of the day. It's the middle of the week. Might want to get a little something. At first, I thought a little place called Blossom over there on Collins in North Beach, which is a pizza place. Fantastic, but pizza kind of heavy on the stomach during a Tuesday morning. So I went to Moises Bakery. It's a Venezuelan bakery. I know they have one in Hollandale Beach on Hollandale Beach Boulevard. I know they have one on Collins in North Beach. I went to the one on Collins in North Beach. Man, they've got so many goodies, but their tequeños are out of this world with that verde sauce. Whoo! Telling you, Moises Bakery has the business over there. So every time I think I go pay Giuseppe's rent, I'm going to make a little stop at Moises Bakery and get tequeños. And I'll be honest with you, too. I order in Spanish usually, and my Spanish is good enough. And we went back and forth a little bit, but it's not good enough to sustain a conversation. The one behind the counter, she was a sweetheart, but she started speaking really, really fast and really, really quick and saying a lot of words in a short period of time. And it kind of got over my head. And I finally just went, finito. I'm done. So I tried. I think I did well. Came out the gate good. Just didn't finish very strong. But then again, I just jammed my mouth full of tequeños and verde sauce, and everything was all good. So if you ever get a chance, and I know you live over there in Hollandale Beach Boulevard, or if you're ever in North Beach, first of all, holla at your boy. It's where I live. Moises Bakery right there on Collins around 74th, 73rd, something like that. Go on in there, get some tequeños, live it up, and drench it. If you do, I don't know how much of a dipper you are. Like some people, they dip or they pour sauce on everything. I'm more of a 1 out of 4 dipper and sauce guy. So the green sauce, the verde sauce comes out 1 out of every 4 times because I like to just enjoy the tequeño for what it is. And we're talking about the big tequeños, not those little bullet tequeños. We're talking about the big tequeños that are, 6 inches. Pretty darn good stuff. So that's my keep it about. Keep it at 100%. 100%. I'm missing Vlad. It's fun hanging out with you, but I always, the more, the merrier. The party, three's a party. You, myself, and Vlad would be cool. Vlad's trying to make it here as best he possibly can. He's had some transportation issues. We have people walking all through the building. We're supposed to be having an event at our performance space, but Vlad is here. So what we're going to do, we're going to take a break. We're going to reset, and we're going to get going. My Kuzan Vladimir Lusalt walking through the door. I am Dan Day. This is Sports Day on 104.3 FM, WQAM.
WQAM invites you to salute a Miami Hurricanes basketball. And now, the new home of the two-time World Series winner, Miami Marlins.
Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys.
Call 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
If you were listening in the 12 o'clock hour, thank you so much for listening to the pregame show. It was just you and I making it happen. Now the show is here. My cousin Vladimir Louison has made it here to El Portal, Little Haiti, as I like to call it. 104.3 FM WQAM, 560 AM WQAM. Vlad is here. He had transportation issues. I just imagined you, Vlad, hitchhiking, running.
I was about to.
Possibly jumping on the back of a garbage truck if you had to.
I need
UPS
a car.
truck.
I need a car. People holler at me. I need to get a used car. I gotta get a car. I gotta get a car.
You and I both, man. Let's go looking for cars.
Yeah, no, seriously, we should.
I'm not even gonna lie, Vlad, and I told you this. I bought my last car in the parking lot of an AutoZone off of a guy that didn't speak English. And I handed him an envelope of cash. He handed me the title, and that was the keys, and that was it.
How long did that car last you?
I still got it. Hold up, knock on wood.
Oh, you see, that's good. That's a good transaction.
Yeah. So I was talking earlier about ordering stuff in Spanish, and then it got away from me. But nonetheless, you are here, and we are so glad to have you here. And I am not alone. Just be excited about having you here. We've got comments at 305-567-0560 in the YouTube and the Twitch. We've got RVA Richie saying, let's go, Vlad. Menu saying, Vladdy Daddy. Gregory Goodwin saying, damn, glad you're late, bro. Get to work, Vlad. RVA Richie, Vlad, late sauce on his tacos. RVA Richie swapping out door speakers and reconnecting by passenger door. I don't even know what that means. I don't want to know what that means, actually. And then RVA Richie doesn't know you have a fresh cut, man, a shiny fresh cut.
Yeah, I'm bald, man.
You're not bald in real life.
Well, not in real life, but I'm going bald for the summer.
Haircut, you're bald.
Yeah.
Haircut.
I'm going bald for the summer.
305-567-0560, the number to send comments. 305 text in. Dan, the man, I usually listen during the week, but figures that you'd be on today. I'm always on. Come on. Always good to hear you're on, bro. The only person I know that works more than I do. Look, I love it. I live it. That's what we do. I also made a reference earlier, Vlad. I don't know if you know about this movie, All the King's Men, about Richard Nixon and Watergate.
Wait, is that happened, right? That was released already, right?
It was released in the 70s.
Yeah. I was about to say.
I didn't know if you know. So I made a reference to Deep Throat in that movie saying follow the movie. Follow the movie.
Oh, you talking about the Deep Throat was the name of the
informant.
The informant.
Yeah, and he kept going, follow the money. Because we were talking about the NCAA basketball March Madness tournament expanding to 76 teams.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
I was like, it's like Deep Throat in All the King's Men saying, follow the money. And one texter obviously didn't hear exactly what I was saying.
They just heard Deep Throat and they
says, you're thinking of all the President's Men. That's right. It is All the President's Men with Robert Redford. That includes Deep Throat. All the King's Men is a different flick. You're right. I don't know why I was saying All the King's Men.
Yeah, I was about to say. I was like, wait a minute.
All the President's Men with Deep Throat. Well, that's not the name of the movie. It's All the President's Men. There is a character in the movie called Deep Throat.
What's the point of even watching the regular season of college basketball anymore if every team's going to make it?
My rule would be let all 300 teams in.
Might as well.
Everybody gets in, and then they play the crappy preliminary games, and then it gets down to 64 or whatever they want to do, and then then they can call it March Madness. I don't know, man. I don't want to get that. 754 also says, missed you at Duffy's last night. Catch you the next time I can make it. Tim. That's Tim. Vlad, I really thought for a second you were going to show up at Duffy's last night because you were probably at Tabacon for Whiskey Stars and Cigars. But
I didn't go to that.
Okay, but then I remembered you're very superstitious about watching Knicks games.
You are right. Thank you. Thank you, fam.
But
thank you, cousin.
The only argument is this. Every time you come to Duffy's to watch a Knicks game, they win by 40.
They do. But I would have had to have gone to El Tabacon.
Right.
Where I would have been around Red and Black and Bernie and Davion Mitchell. And I couldn't wear my Knick colors. They would have been bad. It would have been just
bad mojo.
Conflicting. Yeah, it would have been just conflicting
I didn't expect
parties and everything like that. And
I didn't expect you last night because I know how superstitious
and
you
you
are.
know how you know how I am. So and it worked out the way I expected it to. Me being home, enjoying my team win, and everybody having a good time. And
I'll be honest with you.
El Tabacon and Cigars.
Two things about last night.
What's up?
Never. And I mean this, and there were people with me all night. Never did I doubt the Knicks were going to win that game last night. Not once. Whatever Paul George scoring all those points, the beginning of the game, getting punched in the mouth, I was like, it's a long game. Don't worry about it. And number 2, the most exciting person to watch in these NBA playoffs, hands down, Victor Wembanyama. He is my new favorite outside of the Heat and the Pelicans players and Brandon Ingram.
We'll see.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, I mean, dude, he's 7-4. What do you expect to do?
He does everything.
Now, he had a great game last night. San Antonio won.
Every night he does something unbelievable.
Both road teams won last night. San Antonio took back home court advantage in the West. And, I mean, listen, we can have a short second-round series. If Detroit wins tonight and OKC wins tonight, we're going to have a short second round.
I'll even argue with this.
And I've always
been 4 series, to me, and this is going to probably come back to bite me, are kind of foregone conclusions. Maybe
I think they've all been foregone
conclusions. A little bit of San Antonio Timberwolves because the Timberwolves do have the experience, but there's no – I'm saying – I said it before you got here. I don't know if you were listening. The Lakers and 76ers, a successful series would get a win in this round. A win, not make it a series. A win. Now, the Lakers can win tonight. I don't care. A win for the 76ers, a win for the Lakers means that they can walk away saying,
yeah, they just want to be they don't want to get swept. They want to be gentlemanly swept.
I can see the Pistons tonight going in there taking a 3-0 series lead.
I do. I can see that's the only
it's a
series.
bad matchup for the
No,
Cavs.
I mean, listen, they won they did what they were supposed to do. They won the first 2 games at home. It's just you want to see something from Cleveland to say that, oh, this could be a long series. I would like the series to be longer so that if the Knicks sweep tomorrow, then we can have all the rest of the world. Nonetheless, these second rounds, these semifinals may be a short semifinals.
Yeah. So we'll see how it goes. We're going to be keeping an eye on all of it. Let's get to the headlines real quick. Inter Miami about to get underway right now up north of the border. Today, Toronto FC. Toronto's an okay team in the East. They're currently in a wild card position. Of course, Inter Miami's 3rd in the East. Messi playing. We'll see if Inter Miami can get those 3 points on the road, which have been lately elusive. Although the road seems to be better for Inter Miami than home, which is tie central. Our losses like they did to Orlando City last week. So we're going to keep you updated on the Inter Miami game. Robbie Snelling in his big league debut gave up 3 in the first, then settled in to pitch 5 innings and strike out 2, but it was not enough as the Marlins fell 3-2 to the Nationals. They play again today at 4:10. You know who gets the start for the Fish today. So
Jensen.
Oh, Jansen Junk. It's going to be a low-scoring affair. Hopefully, it'll be a win. I felt bad the other day, man. He gave up 1 run and lost 1-0. I was like, dude, guys.
Are they, dude, it seemed like after that series win over the Dodgers,
yeah,
it's just went.
10-game homestand has been unkind, let's say, to our Fish. But today, hopefully, we can get that win. Jansen Junk, I'm stoked up. 4:10 start. Otto Lopez right now is hotter than a $2 pistol this season. I mean,
and that's the thing. They got players, bro. You got what you say, X.
Xavier Edwards.
You got X. You got Otto and
Liam Hicks didn't start.
And
last
Liam.
night.
I mean,
because the computer told him not to start.
They really go into the analytics, aren't they?
Well, I will say this. This is something interesting. We're going to hear from Steven Strom, not personally. He had a take yesterday, but he had said something yesterday. Last year, the Marlins, not much expected of them. Therefore, they were willing to kind of ride the highs and the lows. This year, they're trying and expected to win. Therefore, they're a little more quick to pull the trigger on guys like Chris Paddock, who deserves to be back in the minors.
Cowboy got sent to the ranch.
He should.
Yeah, that was quick, bro.
But they're quick. Jacob Marsh has been absolutely horrific, Vlad. Although he got some hits last night. Nonetheless, they're a little more quick now to be like, oh no. We do not have time for you to bat 143 and be the leadoff hitter. We need to start doing some things. So it seems like there's a little more sense of an urgency with this Marlins team. They do urgently need this win today to keep around 500. Because if you look around the league outside the Yankees and the Cubs and maybe the Tampa Bay Rays, most teams are around 500 early in this season. So
yeah, it's very a lot of parity in the
level.
NFL. I mean, the Major League Baseball so far in the first 2 months maybe of the season, you want to say? 6 weeks? Yeah, it's just a lot of parity.
Playoffs. Let's talk playoffs. Knicks took a 3-0 series lead, defeating 76ers 108-94. Victor Wembanyama had a big night, propelling the Spurs past the Timberwolves 115-108. They now have a 2-1 series lead.
Let me ask you this. When you were watching the game, when Mitchell Robinson introduced Joel Embiid to his genitals, what was the reaction at the bar?
Just a lot of laughter, man.
There was a lot of laughing?
A lot of, ooh, yeah. Look, man, I'll say this.
Yo, that was nasty. You're not supposed to be body to body dunked on like that by if you're a big man.
But he dunked on the back of his head, right?
He jumped.
Yeah, he did jump.
He jumped and fell. He jumped and fell. Body to body. There was a crime.
I'm not going to lie. Yesterday when I heard Joel Embiid was playing, I was like, the 76ers are possibly worse off. They played better without him in game number 2.
Danny, here's the problem with that, Cousin, right? I could see, it's like Luka, right? The Lakers play better defense without Luka on the court. But you just can't erase 35 points.
The game plan seems just not to fit against the Knicks. I don't think they have any answer. Honestly, I don't think they have any answers for the Knicks.
They don't.
76ers don't. I'm not saying the league doesn't. I mean, Chris,
no,
they don't.
That team, Philadelphia, does.
I mean, are they 1-2-3 Cancun in game 4, or are they let's
here's my thing. Do you really want to go back to New York? I mean, it's a quick train ride, but do you really want to go back to New York? Or you're right there in Philadelphia. In the season, next day you can go to the facility, get your stuff, and bounce.
There's something.
As a matter of fact, you can get your stuff at 6:30. Remember, it's a 3:30 game tomorrow. You could pack all your stuff and be out by tomorrow night, by 8 o'clock.
There is something about the writing on the wall. There is something, though, about having pride. This is the thing. I think it gets down to the fourth quarter, and if Jalen Brunson starts doing those Jalen Brunson things and making clutch shots, 76ers will fold up the tents. I mean, that's just the way it's going to be tomorrow. Tomorrow, right? Yes.
Yes, tomorrow afternoon.
Let's get back to today, though. 3 o'clock, you get Pistons, Cavs. Pistons looking to take a 3-0 series lead. Cavs looking to get that home court going. And then at 8:30, Thunder, Lakers. Like I said, can the Lakers, quote unquote, make it a series? They could. They're just looking for a win. They're down 2-0 in the series.
No, don't get it twisted now. They're not going to win, but it doesn't help if the referees is helping a better team as well.
Yeah, they still.
No, some of the calls were kind of just crazy, but it wasn't going to help them. They were still going to lose.
They're still going to lose, just not as much. Okay, Canadiens, they tied the series at 1 with the Buffalo Sabres, winning 5-1 last night. A lot of blowouts last night. The Vegas Golden Knights took a 2-1 series lead, defeating the Anaheim Ducks 6-2. Golden Knights now up 2-1 in that series. You got to wait for hockey today, Vlad. They're waiting. They got Inter Miami.
6 p.m.?
Yeah, they got Inter Miami. They've got some baseball. They've got some basketball. They decided at 6 o'clock, put on the appetizer. Carolina Hurricanes going for the sweep of the Philadelphia Flyers. That's another series. Like I said, Philadelphia's lucky to get 1.
Philadelphia's about to get swept this weekend.
Yeah, Carolina Hurricanes very happy that Florida Panthers aren't in the playoffs. And then at 9 o'clock tonight, one of the creme de la cremes of the NHL, the Avalanche, take on the Minnesota Wild. They look to take a 3-0 series lead. It does seem like there's a collision course in the NHL for Carolina Hurricanes and Colorado Avalanche in the Stanley Cup Finals.
That's not right. That doesn't entice me ratings-wise.
Two good teams, though, man.
Yeah.
They've decided not to lose in the playoffs either, which is pretty interesting.
Doesn't entice me.
Okay. Real quick, Canes football team taking on Notre Dame in South Bend, Indiana. That's going to be a Saturday prime time, November 7th at 7:30.
Wow, we didn't know that already?
We did. I'll just let you know. Dolphins are holding rookie camp. Reports are the team could be in the sweepstakes for former Cincinnati, Texas Tech quarterback Brendan Sorsby in the supplemental draft. Now, why is he in the supplemental draft?
Because he's got a gambling problem.
And he apparently gambled on college sports and college football, to be exact. So he has to enter the pros. And the Dolphins do like to draft a quarterback in every draft. They did not draft one in this past draft. They said Malik Willis was enough, but this is the chance to right that, not wrong, but just, comment that they made. So we'll see what happens. I'll take a flyer on him. Don't have to keep him on the team. Ezekiel Angbale has committed to the U. The 4-star defensive lineman plays prep ball in Houston. The NBA draft is tomorrow at 3 o'clock.
Ooh.
So this is the Heat's options.
What's the Heat's options, Dan?
They've never moved up in the NBA draft. Never, oddly enough. They've never had the number 1 overall pick.
They had number 2, though.
In the NBA draft. We know where that went. Michael Beasley. Tomorrow, if they get lucky, they could land number 1, number 2, number 3, or number 4.
If they're lucky, so basically you're saying luck is if you're in the top 4.
If they do not land in the top 4, they are either going to land at number 13 or number 14. Because
then that's great. That's either you're in the bottom of the pack or you're in the top of the pack. That's it. There's no in between. You're either 13, 14, or you're 1 through 4.
Right. So if the Charlotte Hornets, for some reason, get in the top 4, that pushes everybody back 1. That would have been 5 through 13. That pushes us back to 14.
So Miami would go to 14 then.
Exactly.
But if Charlotte's not there,
then we're locked into the worst we can do is 13th. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 13.
So who has the
14.
worst? I haven't looked. Who has the worst odds right now?
Charlotte has the worst odds.
Charlotte has, and then followed by Miami.
Yes.
So we would need them to move. We would need somebody to move down in order for those two teams to move up. That's what it is.
We need to get into that top 4.
Right. So what you need to do. So basically 14, 13, if you're not there, you're in the top 4. That's how it looks.
Yes.
Yeah. So if you're not in, so if that first, when whoever is doing it, deputy commissioner, once he unveils the first envelope, if it doesn't say Miami or Charlotte, yeah, you're good. You will be good. That would be a good Mother's Day gift.
These lotteries are weird, man. I don't know exactly how they go. I just let the announcement.
It's very weird.
The hockey one the other day made no sense whatsoever. I just
wait a minute. What was it like? It was a draft to see who's going to be the number 1 pick, and then another draft to see who's after that. Like who picks after that?
I didn't know what was going on, man. I just know Panthers will pick 9th. That's all I know, and the Toronto Maple Leafs will pick 1st. How they came to that conclusion, no idea. Canes baseball team fell in extra innings 16-9 against Louisville yesterday. The rubber match is today at 2:00.
Louisville.
Chargers offensive coordinator Mike McDaniel says his goal is to have quarterback Justin Herbert own the game by working on his footwork and the finer details. He believes he's an unbelievable talent. Some Dolphins fans argue that. So we'll see.
What that Justin Herbert's not an unbelievable talent?
Yes.
He is an unbelievable talent.
Say his record doesn't show that.
Whatever.
What about Tua's record? No, I'm not getting into
that.
Speaking of former Dolphins, after one day of trial, Tyreek Hill and influencer Sophie Hall have settled out of court for an undisclosed amount. Hall claims Hill broke her leg doing football drills at her ranch back in 2023.
And then he decided to do football drills after he broke her leg with her later on that night.
She claims he spent a couple of days after that at her house.
Right. And they were working on tackling techniques and the whole 9.
UEFA Champions League final going to feature PSG and Arsenal. Now, that's going to be in a couple of weeks. That's kickoff noon, May 30th.
Now, PSG's going for a back-to-back.
Yes, sir.
First time since Real Madrid.
They become clutch all of a sudden.
Yeah, all of a sudden they become clutch. Why? Well, I guess a couple of
young guys,
a couple of players, big name players, no longer on the team.
Daniel Solana can't come on today because he's celebrating the birthday of his son. But they've got some craziness. Speaking of Real Madrid going on.
Oh, the fight between two players. They got fun. The
captain of the team had brain damage. He said he slipped and fell and hit his head on a table. But I don't think that's what happened.
No,
this is the second incident
this week.
Yeah,
they fought Wednesday. They got into it Wednesday, and then they had fisticuffs on Thursday.
Whew. That's your team.
And then there's also a rumor now that the fan base wants Mbappe moved.
Right, that's an interesting one too. So a petition is circulating with thousands and thousands of signatures wanting Mbappe moved. Now the problem is the authenticity of these signatures. Is it Real Madrid fans?
No, it's bots.
Is it fans of Barcelona?
It's bots.
I mean, it doesn't seem that it's really the fan base that wants Mbappe out. It seems like other teams want him away from La Liga because they want another better chance to win.
Yeah.
Although Barcelona wins El Clasico this weekend, they win.
Well, they're winning La Liga. They're winning La Liga already.
But officially they win.
They will officially, but they'll win La Liga. They're winning it tomorrow, and then the chosen one is going to be back.
Lamine Yamal.
No. Coaching manager.
Oh.
Mourinho's going to go to Real Madrid.
All right. Panthers forward Matthew Tkachuk flew over Fort Lauderdale Air and Sea Show yesterday in a Thunderbird F-16 Fighting Falcon. He and fellow teammate Alexander Barkov, they are going to play in the IIHF World Championships in Switzerland later this month. Barkov, of course.
Oh, it starts this month. Oh, that's great.
Tkachuk for the USA.
I thought it was probably sometime like in August or something like that.
Nope, it's this month.
Okay, cool. So then, Barky can get some action, get some, it's been a year for him, almost a year. He's dying to get back on the ice.
And a lot of people wondering about that. Like, you need to get back and you save yourself for the Panthers. But, he's country over club, as they say. Although, as a Panthers fan, come on. I don't know. With that being said, let's go ahead and take a step into the day spa. Biohacker Brian Johnson recently released the quote-unquote Carfax on his girlfriend's female parts.
Oh, so wait. Oh no, how many bodies?
No. Just on the Carfax, like how it rated, and not surprisingly, 100%. Good job. Got to rate it 100%.
You can't be saying that you have any defective parts.
A couple dents, couple of flat tires in there.
So a couple rim jobs and everything like that.
Whoa!
You know what I mean?
Got to rate it 100%. Woo. Okay, well, I guess good job.
Fender benders.
Yeah, a lot of miles on the car.
A lot of tread on that tire.
Yeah, can't do that. Nope, like brand new. Woo, sweet ride, as they
It's
say.
rejuvenated.
Sweet ride. Whew. Okay, speaking of sweet rides, Dwyane Achane, what is his ride with the Miami Dolphins going to be like? We are going to discuss that next here on Sports Day 104.3 FM, WQAM. couple of weeks ago, Miami Dolphins brass, Jon-Eric Sullivan, Jeff Hafley, made it known to the world that they wanted to keep Dwyane Achane on this team. Now, of course, he wants an extension. He's sitting out of practices because he wants that extension. He wants to get paid before he does anything else, and you can't totally blame him on that. This is a Dolphins team that is retooling, rebuilding, and trying to get rid of all the dead cap money. But we've been saying this, Vlad. If Jon-Eric Sullivan and Jeff Hafley say they're going to do it, they're most likely going to do it. Well, things got a little hazier yesterday.
Oh, because of a certain signing?
Your Jets.
Yes, my beloved Gang Green. We gave us an extension to our great running back, Breece Hall. We gave him a 3-year, $45.75 million contract.
Correct.
Which is pretty much like 2 years, $29 million guaranteed.
Fourth highest paid running back in the league.
Right, because he was franchise tag, which means if you're franchise tag, you have to be one of the top 5 highest paid at your position if you have a franchise tag. So he was franchise tagged this past year. So he will be one of the top 5 paid running backs in the league, even though not only did he get an extension, but a rookie signed his rookie deal, and his rookie deal is more money than I think all the running backs who have big deals right now.
So Jeremiah Love has never put on a pad for the Arizona Cardinals, and he is already one of the highest paid running backs in the league.
Right. What was it? Was it like a 4-year, $51 million deal, something to that effect?
So that kind of muddies the waters also. But go
ahead.
Let's go with the numbers. Dwyane Achane versus Breece Hall. Hall just logged his first career 1,000-yard rushing season in 2025 while logging a handsome 1,415 yards from scrimmage. His 5 touchdowns in 2025 was tied for a career low. Now let's contrast the numbers. Dwyane Achane posted 1,838 yards from scrimmage and posted 12 touchdowns in 2025. Achane in 3 seasons has 35 career touchdowns, 8 more than Hall has posted in 4 years of play.
Okay, so Jeremiah Love's contract is 4-year, fully guaranteed, $53 million rookie contract with a $35 million signing bonus, making it the richest guaranteed contract for a running back in NFL history.
So Dwyane
Achane is looking at this, Dan, and he's like, let me holler at my agent.
First things first, call the lawyers, call the agent. Hey, I'm not even going to ask you if you've seen the news. The hell I'm better than both of them. The hell I better get paid more than them. Call me back. Put the phone down. Look, Breece Hall's great.
Breece Hall's great. Listen, and as a guy who follows both teams, covers one team and covers the other.
Be honest, be real, keep it a buck.
If you're looking at production, Dwyane has done a little bit more than Breece.
And much has been asked of him. And also he did have, and I hate to say this, he had a little more around him, Dwyane Achane.
Dwyane's always had more around him. So therefore, yeah, he's always had more around him. He had more weapons. But however, I can't take away the fact that those weapons went down and he still held a fort down for this team and became the number 1 option on that team. Dwyane has every right to make his case, to make a stink if need be for his deal. If he sees Jeremiah Love, who hasn't even taken an NFL carry, get that much money, and he sees a guy within his own division, a rival that he sees twice a year, that he may feel he's way better than.
Numbers wise, at least he's honestly better.
So then therefore, if that guy, Breece, is one of the top 5 and Jeremiah Love is top 1, if you think about it, because he's got where does he fit? Now, I'm not saying he's better than Saquon. I don't think he's better than Derrick Henry.
Or even James Cook.
So then
but it's right there.
Here's a problem. Here's a problem. He's not better than Saquon. He's not better than Derrick. He's not better than C-Mac, Christian McCaffrey. He's not better than Bijan. He's not better than Bijan.
Arguments.
He is not better than Bijan.
I'll disagree.
And he's not better than Jahmyr Gibbs.
Level.
So those are to me, those top 5, and he's going to want to be paid within that top 5.
Right. Oh, no, rightfully so.
Right.
Okay, so here's what is interesting to me about this whole situation, because there's always context. Number one, Dwyane Achane absolutely has every right to make his demands. And he's got evidence, as you want to say, for lack of a better term, to back it up. This Breece Hall thing makes things very muddied. And yes, Jeremiah Love makes things very, very muddy, but it makes it very easy for Achane's agent. Here's what I will tell you. What the Dolphins do with Dwyane Achane tells you how they believe their future is going to go. Jon-Eric Sullivan and Jeff Hafley, let's be honest, they've even kind of been honest. This year is a reset, a rebuild, whatever you want to call it. How quickly do they believe they can turn this thing around? Do they believe that they take their lumps this year, they go in next year's draft with a high draft pick and get, let's just say, a Jaden Daniels type that totally can turn you around overnight? If they believe that this is a one-year reset and a quick turnaround, they need to re-sign Dwyane Achane, because that proves that they believe that this thing's turning around real quick, and they're willing to invest longer term and spend the money on someone they believe that's going to help them with the turnaround. If they believe this is a 3-4 year reset, then they need to trade to Dwyane Achane. So what they do with Dwyane Achane kind of tells you what their roadmap most likely is going to be with the Miami Dolphins, at least what their roadmap is. A lot in that context. Because why would you sign a guy for a lot of money if you don't believe you're going to be contending for the next 3 years? Why would you sign a 3-year contract?
Right, because if you give him a deal, like say you give him a 3-year contract and it's going to be 2-3 years till you're good,
start winning.
Right, then you're just wasted 3 years of his prime, and when it's time to renegotiate or time for when his contract's up again, are you going to bring him back? No,
because he's going to be older. He's probably going to be more worn down. And he's probably going to demand too much money, and you're probably moving on to the next step because you feel as though you've turned things around.
Or do you sign him, give him a deal, and then trade him during the trading deadline and then get some picks back for him? Because right now he is your whole offense.
Yeah. And you can't bring Malik Willis in, who's your guy. And
right.
Him,
but you don't want that holding,
By the way, you're about to go into a gunfight. Here's a Swiss Army knife.
Not even a butter knife. It doesn't even have any options. It's just that's it. It's just a butter knife. Not even a butter knife. It's a plastic knife. A plastic knife. That's a tough decision. Listen, I think they know what they're doing. I think they know what they're planning on doing. It was very interesting. They didn't really draft any running backs or anything like that. Signed any running backs to that during the offseason. So from that alone, I'm thinking they're going to bring back Jalen Wright. They're going to bring back Ollie Gordon. They're going to bring back Devon. And those are your running backs going into 2026. The question is, after 2026, you'll have 1 year of Malik Willis already passed, one season already done. You'll have 2 seasons to go with his deal, 2 more years. You're going to have receivers by that time, and you're also going to have money, and you're also going to be away from that. Well, not really next year. You're still going to get to it.
Oh, yeah. You still got 50 mil.
You're still going to get to it, but it's not going to be as much. I don't know. It's a tough decision to make. You're sure because offensively right now you don't look that great.
Although I could make arguments for the offensive line, but we'll get into that another time.
Well, the offensive line, if PP and KP are good, you know what I'm saying? If those 2 guys are healthy and can keep their weight and everything good, then you have a solid left side. The question is the right side going to be good? You move Jonah to the right guard. You hopefully Austin Jackson will stay somewhat healthy.
The argument is that whole entire line. Aaron Brewer, we know he's great.
He's best center in the game.
Everybody else on that line is a 1st or 2nd round pick.
Right, but the right side is kind of questionable.
I understand.
No, but you're right though. If the offensive line can stay somewhat healthy
and live up to their potential,
you
got one of the best in the league.
You have a strong unit. I would say that you have a strong unit that you can base on your team. That at least one part of the trenches is solidified. But for number 28, and that's good because if you have a solid O-line, guess who you're going to be giving the ball to? Number 28. And guess what? If he puts up numbers, guess what he's going to want? His money.
So this is what I would do if I were the Dolphins. This is what I think the prudent move would be. Now, I could be totally wrong. Literally buy time. Give him the extension. and see how things go this year.
Give him 1 year?
No. Give him the 3. Give him the 4. Give him the money close to Brees Hall, or maybe even more.
Yeah, he's probably gonna make. Yeah,
but we have to wait till June 1st.
Just give him 46.
We have to wait till June 1st anyway. But once again, June 1st comes, the money, make it available, make a deal, get the 3 years, 4 year sign. Here's what you do.
What's up?
See how it goes this year. And if it's showing potential, okay. If it looks like, this is not going to work, then like it's literally a delayed sign and trade. It's a delayed sign and trade.
This is gonna be crazy, but I would trade him and get picks for next year's draft.
Once again,
an unbelievable offensive draft. You could find your running back in the future.
Do you believe this is a quick fix? If you believe it's a quick fix, go ahead and sign him.
I don't know.
Ride.
It can be a quick fix. Who knows?
But
Who knows?
Vlad, if it's not, you trade him.
Right. But what I'm saying is you'll know by the time the trading deadline arrives.
Absolutely. I think you buy time. Go ahead and buy time. Give him the contract.
And it's going to be a team who's contending that's going to need a guy, a player of Dwyane Achane's skill set that you would, and
if he's healthy, even if he has an off year, they know what he's capable of.
Give me a second rounder in 2027's draft. Because Dan, you notice that nobody wanted to give up their picks in next year's draft to do anything. They'll move up, they'll swap picks, and they'll give you picks in this year's draft or picks in next year's draft, but later, like third and more. And they weren't giving you no first or second round pick in 2027 because that's how loaded next year's draft is. So do you just do that? Wait till week 9 or week 10 of this season, see who needs a running back or who needs an offensive weapon. Maybe they lost one or they need to add one, and see if you can get a second round pick. Maybe you can get a second and a third, or 2 seconds, a second in 27, and maybe a second in 28 for Dwyane. But it's going to be interesting, bro. It's very interesting. At least now the numbers are set. You know the numbers now. The numbers are on the board. You know that one of the top 5 running backs paid was yesterday Brees Hall. He got 3 years, $45.75 million, which is $15.25 a year. And you know that Jeremiah Love signed his rookie contract and he's making the most guaranteed money a running back's ever had. So now where do you put Dwyane Achane, and where does this new regime see Dwyane Achane? That's the other question. Because remember, we were just listening to running backs. Bijan's about to get paid soon. Jameer's about to get paid soon because they both were in the same draft. So they're going to get paid very shortly. Derrick Henry's going to be a free agent after next year. Saquon's probably going to have a new deal, something coming up soon. McCaffrey's going to want a new deal. So, yeah, these running back, these numbers right now, they're making 15. In his mind, he thinks he should be making more than Brees, right? Brees is making 15.25. What are you going to give him, 15.5? 15.75? Or maybe 16? Give him 3 year, $48 million?
I'm telling you, man, the Heat's.
But do they feel like he's a 3 year, $48 million guy?
The Dolphins' future is directly tied to Dwyane Achane. What they do with him this offseason or this season is going to be a roadmap to where they are headed.
That is crazy.
So we're looking at the future with the Miami Dolphins, and we know we have a big NBA lottery coming up tomorrow for the Heat. But we're in the next segment. I want to look to the past of the Miami Heat, the glory days of Dwayne Wade. He recently told us his all-time favorite seasons in the black and red. We're going to talk about that next here on Sports Day 104.3 FM WQAM.
The morning
So we got the Miami Heat future. I was going to say something silly. There's a lottery tomorrow. It includes lottery balls and the future of the Miami Heat. Could they possibly move up in the draft and get a top 4 pick? Maybe change the face of this franchise forever. Of course, their greatest lottery pick of all time, one Dwyane Wade out of Marquette University. What a great run for Dwyane Wade for the Miami Heat. And what a great legacy. And recently, Dwyane Wade on the podcasting networks was out there talking about his favorite 4 teams with the Miami Heat. And man, I like taking this walk down memory lane because it brings good back memories to all Heat fans. He said the first team, not number 1 overall, but the first team that was one of his favorites when he donned a Miami Heat uniform was early in his career. It was the 03-04 team, and Dwyane Wade very glowing about the early years in his career.
One of my favorite teams has to be the 03-04 team. And that's my first year in the NBA. And, I got a chance to live my dream out. I got a chance to play with players that I grew up watching, like Lamar Odom, I watched LO at Rhode Island. You know what I'm saying? Karan Butler. Like I played against Karan in high school, you know what I'm saying, in AAU. Like we've been knowing each other and we got to play together. And so 03-04, we went from a bad team to making the playoffs. We went to the second round of the playoffs. Your boy hit a game winner his rookie year, first playoff game. Like that will forever be one of my most favorite moments in my heart. That started all this. So 03-04 would be one of my favorite teams.
I'll tell you, nothing's better than the come up sometimes. And that's when Dwyane Wade was on the come up. And what I remember about the 03-04 team, Vlad was saying, yeah, man, Dwyane Wade and the Heat are a real deal, man. They're going to be somebody. And this is a guy that is going to be making things happen in the NBA. So I remember that 03-04 team very, very well.
That is Lamar.
He said Karan Butler.
Lamar, Karan, D Wade, UD, right? Because that was UD's rookie year. That's the team that beat, was it New Orleans or Charlotte? It was Charlotte, right? In the playoffs, in that first round. Yeah, that was the team that beat the Hornets. Because I remember Barron versus D Wade was the matchup in that playoffs, and they beat them. They lost in the second round, but they won that. I think it was a 7-game. Might have been a 5. It went the full distance. I don't know if it was 5 or 7, but it went the distance. But yeah, I remember that. That was a good team. That was a good team that year. And then they made the move for Shaq that summer.
And that brings us to his second team that he really, really was proud of. Once again, these are in no particular order, but the team that really, really also made him proud was that next year. You said 04-05, very proud, Dwyane Wade.
One of my other favorite teams will actually be the next year. It'll be 04-05, Shaq's first year in Miami. That was the first time I was a part of the show. Like I was always the best of the rest. You know what I mean? Like I never was there. Well, I had 34 games on TV, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, and that was the first year where I probably had like real expectations. And Marquette, no expectations, we came out of nowhere. Rookie year, no expectations, we came out of nowhere. And so expectations and starting to see yourself exceeding those expectations, that felt good. And we were the baby Heatles. It wasn't quite like the other Heatles, but we were the baby Heatles, and Shaq was like a superstar. That was my first time around a worldwide superstar. And so we had fun. We enjoyed ourselves on that team. So 04-05, the first year, was one of my favorite teams.
Oh, they enjoyed themselves. I know they enjoyed themselves. Many nights at the Forge.
Shaq's one of those guys.
Glass. Mm-hmm.
But
many nights.
So it's cool to see, especially even early in his career, Dwyane Wade kind of morphing from being this, like he said, coming out of nowhere, to getting the team to be better, to now having expectations, to being with Shaquille O'Neal, to being the team that's on TV all the time, that everyone seems to be talking about. You've morphed into this now behind the scenes star to now front and center star with Shaquille O'Neal. And then, of course, we all know what happened with those guys, as eventually they did go on to win a championship. And Dwyane Wade became.
I still want to know what happened that year. I still want to know how badly hurt he was for Game 6 of that Eastern Conference Final.
Maybe
that he didn't play, and then he played Game 7. They lost Game 7.
Mm-hmm.
Because to me, if you have a chance to win, you're up 3-2. If you have a chance to win, just end them now. But it didn't happen. I still feel that 05 team should have been in the NBA Finals.
Should have, man. But they did make it right. They did eventually win a championship.
They won it the following year.
And that's when Dwyane Wade took over and became the man here in Miami. It was not Shaquille O'Neal's show. It was Dwyane Wade's show. And then it became a real show.
Well, Gary Payton had to let Shaq know that it had to be the Dwyane Wade show.
And it worked out so well.
Well, yeah, that first year.
Right.
I mean, that second
year. Yeah.
That third year. Woo! Should have known after from that opening night when they got their ring, when the Bulls gave it to them. It was going to be a long season.
It happened.
But nonetheless.
So then, of course, when the third team he's going to mention is when it all basically they just threw nitroglycerin on top of the fire. It was the 2010-2011 season when you got the big three.
I fast forward now to 2010, 2011. First year of the big three, getting a chance to play with my brother, number 6, getting a chance to play with CB. Come on, man. Like, what?
I love
the Heatles. The Heatles. Like, we were, it was the ESPN countdown of what was going on the show, and it was the Heat.
They had their own page. They had their own page on ESPN.
We had our own page on ESPN and in all the newspapers. The Heat Watch, the Heat Watch, the Heat Watch. Now 97% of it was about LeBron. But it was the Heat Watch. And but we just had a great time, man. Being young man, obviously deciding to play together, been in our 20s. And being able to go around the world, man, and be the biggest show in town every night. It's just like selling out every arena. It has to feel like what, rock stars and, Jay-Z, the Beyoncé's, the greatest artists of our musicians of our time feel like when they're traveling around the world and they're selling out every venue. We did that every night. That felt good. That felt great.
Greatest time ever to be a Heat fan. You have to admit that. But honestly, Vlad, I'll be honest, one of the greatest times to be an NBA fan. It was one of the golden eras of the NBA. It was something that we had seen before, but never seen it on that level. And everywhere they went, everything they did, super magnified, paparazzi everywhere. It was just a fun time to sit back, relax, and enjoy, and just kind of see where this wild ride was going to take us.
It was a time.
I mean,
it was a time.
Every game, everywhere, sold out. Craziness.
The only thing that missed would have been great if the Heatles and the Warriors were able to clash at the same time.
Height Heatles, height Warriors.
Yeah. I mean, we still got Bron and Kyrie and Kevin with Cleveland, but Miami Golden State would have been different than Cleveland Golden State. So if Miami was able to keep this team together, it would have been very interesting to see. What's the Heat's last title? 13, right?
Correct.
And then the Warriors won in 15. So it's only 2 years.
Yes.
It was only 2 years. Obviously, we know what happened, but had the Heatles, had this Miami Heat big three, if they were able to keep it together, I would have loved to see their interactions with the Warriors, who at that time was starting to, start to come up.
They're ramping up, as they say. Yeah.
They were starting to come up. It would have been very interesting to see the Heat team versus that Warriors team. That would have been some good battles. But
I do want to give credit. Of course, there's a lot of credit that does need to be given to Dwyane Wade, LeBron James, Chris Bosh, the Heat organization. Many a team, that heavy crown, they have not worn it very well. These guys, in the situation that they were put in, did not crack. They did deliver. And it sounds easy. Oh, you got LeBron James, you got Chris Bosh, you got Dwyane Wade. Not always. So much credit is given to a team. To much that is given, much is expected. And I believe that they delivered on what was expected. I know not 3, not 4, not 5, but still, they did everything that maybe not the way you wanted to, but they did deliver when there was heavy crown. So I do give them credit. And of course, I think this is Dwyane Wade's number 1 favorite season. Of course, these are no in particular order, but surprise, surprise, he saved it for last. Or maybe he was just going in chronological order. But he talked about that 2012-2013 team.
I would say 2012, 2013. That was one of my favorite teams. We had a lot of adults on that team. That was one of the first times where I felt like I was, in a class of all grown adults. We were talking about, more than just, popping bottles and going out in clubs and, and the things we did the night before. We were talking about our futures a lot. We sat down and we talked about finances. We talked about real estate. We talked about real things. We talked about family. We talked about fatherhood. We shared a lot of things as adults on those teams. And so, and also too, that's the year that we won 27 games in a row. Like, I mean, come on, man. You win 27 in a row. That was the year that the Harlem Shake video was birthed. You know what I mean? Like that was a great year for us. And we was in our bag. We were those guys. We had finally overcome, and we were champions, and we was riding that wave. We were the team. We were the guys.
First of all, this was his third year of the Big Three.
Correct.
They already won the title. They've been to 2 finals already. They won the title. They're part of the 27-game winning streak. They're in the other side of 25 now. They were closer to 30. If not already 30. So, yeah, your conversations are going to be a little bit different because you're not the young guys anymore. Your fathers, your husbands, your whole thinking, your mentality is going to be different. So, yeah, you're going to be on a roster of grown men, of adult men, because you've been in the league for 8 years already.
But that's what I love about this story. It shows the growth and the maturity and the, just kind of the life curve that Dwyane went through in his life and his career.
Dwyane Wade just basically told me his 4 favorite teams is the first year that he was a rookie and the 3 championship teams.
Well, the first year with Shaq was not a championship team.
But
the growth of it.
Growth, yeah.
But isn't that cool? So it starts off with Dwyane Wade coming into the league, no expectations, kind of on the come up, and then you get Shaq, take it to that next level. Then you get the Big Three. Then you're an elder statesman, and you're not talking about popping bottles and bikini models. You're talking about your future.
Popping bottles, bikini models.
I just love the story arc in there. And it's the story arc that all players and all people should go through. It's like, it's fun and games at first, and you're on the up, and the high you get from coming up is wonderful.
Let me say this. You know what's crazy, Dan? It's to think that Dwyane Wade was drafted 23 years ago. To think that first title team that the Miami Heat won, the first title Miami Heat won was 20 years ago.
Yes.
So now when you're talking about this Heatles, the Heatles, in our mind, we're thinking, it was just the other night, or maybe the other day, or not too long. No, it's 13
years ago.
16 years ago is when LeBron did the decision. 16. And he's still playing another set. Come on, man.
LeBron's still
he's still playing.
Relevant and playing.
Still playing. We're gonna watch him tonight. 16 years after the fact he made the decision. And when now listening to Dwyane Wade talking about his favorite teams, you're like, damn. His first year team, that was 23 years ago. The 03-04 team, right?
Mm-hmm.
Second team, 10 and 11. That was 15 years ago. 14 years ago. Like, come on, man.
Still, what a great story arc right there. And what a great time, not just for Dwyane Wade, but for all of us as basketball fans, especially Heat fans. Absolutely wonderful. Going to get you caught up with everything happening in and around the sports world next here on Sports Day 104.3 FM WQAM.
3733.
I don't know about you, Vlad, but today my face hurts.
Who shot you?
I know. I did not have a wild night last night. I just worked. Well, I did work at Duffy's, but then I went to bed and got up and started drinking coffee. I don't know what's going on, man.
It's the caffeine.
Your face hurt? Does your face hurt?
Hell no.
I thought maybe it was going around.
No.
Oh, wait. That probably isn't something that's infectious. So
I would hope not.
I would hope not. Marlins. Hopefully it's infectious. Some winning eventually.
They're infected, all right, with some losing right now.
They've had a terrible homestand these past
That
days.
is, yeah, bro. What is it? 10
I'm sorry.
game?
When I say terrible,
No, it's
I mean they've
no.
won 2.
10 game, 10 days homestand, 10-day homestand,
They won
10 game, and they only won
2 of 8
That's terrible.
because they have today and tomorrow against.
That's not good. I'm sorry. Sorry, Skip. It's not good, Mr. McCullough. You're coming off a series win over the Dodgers.
Where you outplayed them every single inning except for the bottom of the ninth in the first game.
A 500 West Coast trip that could have been better than 500. You could have won a couple of games in San Francisco.
Mm-hmm.
And then you come home against a Phillies team that was reeling. They had just let go of their manager and hired an interim.
Don Mattingly.
And then you just played a Baltimore Orioles team that got their ass handed to them by the Yankees, got swept in a 4-game series to the Yankees, and then they came and they arrived late Tuesday night.
And now you're playing a mid Washington Nationals team.
Mid, like below mid.
Now they're racking up W's against the Marlins.
Yeah, it's not good, bro.
Well, you got Jansen Junk today. He'll right the ship.
It's not good, man. It's not good.
I believe in Jansen Junk.
No, you're the only one.
I'm not the only one. He's had 2 good outings, the past 2 outings.
You're the only one.
We'll see about that. Pre-game with Steven Strom. Steven Strom will set you right pre-game, 3 o'clock, about Jansen Junk.
Okay.
Steven's listening right now.
I know he is.
He's taking notes. He's like, I got to work in how I believe in Jansen Junk and get Dan Days back.
Okay.
Maybe call out Vlad on the air. Just put that note down.
Go ahead. And then when Vlad's right, just make sure you
Whoa! Can't cheer against our guy.
Right.
Jansen Junk.
Okay. I'm not a junk guy.
On the defense side of the ball, it's all about junk. On the offense side of the ball, it's all about X.
X gonna give it to you.
Gonna give it to you. Otto Lopez, too, by the way, having a fantastic season. He's right there with the leaders in batting average. If
Liam,
not,
baby. It's all about Liam.
Let's see if we could start him today. Major League batting average leaders, Otto Lopez is second. Eldamaro Vargas over there at Arizona batting 353. Otto Lopez 351.
Yeah, okay.
That was what we were talking about also. Marlins homegrown guys or the guys that they brought up are doing fantastic. Guys that they brought in, a little questionable this year. Nonetheless.
Kind of tough, huh?
It's been one of those years. Let's see. RBIs, runs batted in. Liam Hicks still tied for first overall, by the way, with CJ Abrams over there with the Washington Nationals. Come on, Liam. Get in there and get it going. Overall hits in the league. Otto Lopez, number 1, 53 hits. Ahead of Shea Langoliers over there in Athleticsville. I can't say exactly what city they're in because they're not in a city right now.
Dude, I just realized the other day that they just called the Athletics.
They are in Sacramento.
Right,
so
but
this is the last year of Sacramento.
But the team name is Athletics.
That's going to be a fun team to go watch when they're in Vegas because they're going to be right off the strip. So you can just pop into a baseball game, quick 2-3 hours, back on the strip, man. A little break.
Listen, all the games. This is the best. You don't need to drive to the T-Mobile.
T-Mobile's right behind New York.
To what's the name? Allegiant.
That's a little bit off the strip,
but it's not that bad of a walk.
Oh, really?
No,
so, I don't know about the walk.
The walk, you could literally just walk from like
probably,
right into this. Like you're back in the strip. You're back into your hotel like in 20 minutes.
To be honest, you're probably better off walking than taking an Uber because you don't have to get in the traffic and the gridlock.
Everything's within walking distance. It's not that far.
The state baseball stadium is going to be right there on the strip, too,
nice.
Which I mean, Vegas is totally. Pardon the wording here. Totally strip oriented, strip based. Like I know they got Fremont Street, which I didn't make it out to.
Old Vegas, I love Old Vegas.
From what I'm hearing, they say I would like Old Vegas.
No, yeah, you're definitely
I'm an Old Vegas guy.
You're definitely an Old Vegas guy, but the fun is on the strip though.
The strip is wild, man. I ain't gonna lie, it's cool.
The strip is fun, but if you like old school shady things, Old Vegas.
You know me, I'm old
Fremont,
shady,
Fremont,
divey.
Yeah, that's your thing.
Yeah, my
That's your
friends
thing.
that live there said that would be the place to go, but
That's
you
your
know, I only had a couple hours in Vegas, so that's all I did. So we're getting ready for this baseball game, though. Although we're taking on the Nationals today, hoping this is one of those teams that the Marlins can get right against at least these next two games. Tomorrow they'll have a game at 12:40, which means we will not be on tomorrow. It will be strictly Marlins baseball. So none for you. We got to make the most of our time together today, and that's exactly what we are going to do as we continue up to 3:30 when the Marlins will be taking over from us. Inter Miami, they are currently in a soccer match, and they are currently leading at halftime against Toronto 1-0. My dude, Rodrigo DePaul with a goal in the 44th minute. No problem winning on the road for this Inter Miami team. Can we play all of our games on the road? New stadium is good for a point, maybe none so far in its short history with Inter Miami. But yeah, Rodrigo DePaul gets a goal in the 44th minute. We are up 1-0 on the Toronto FC team in Toronto. So that's something we're going to keep an eye on because they're pretty much going to be ending at the time will be ending. And I wanted Daniel Solana to come on and have instant reaction because he's always kind of a live wire. Just imagine being hyped up immediately after a game and coming on. But his son's birthday takes precedent, which, you know, you can't be mad about that.
No, you can't. Happy birthday to nephew, man.
You know.
Feliz cumpleaños.
Feliz cumpleaños.
I don't know the nephew's name, but nephew.
Yeah.
Just say it. Yeah.
Also, I'm weird about saying people under the age of 5 or 6's name on the radio or on TV. So, yeah.
Nephew Solana, happy birthday, man.
Yeah. Robbie Solana. No, Robbie Solana did not pitch for the Marlins last night.
Who's Robbie Solana?
Yeah, he would have gotten rocked. I'm sorry. I love Daniel and Alejandro, but no, man. Robbie Snelling, number 2 overall prospect in the Marlins organization, kind of, from what I'm understanding, forced their hand. Chris Paddock kind of forced their hand, too. Chris Paddock pitched absolutely basura all year long.
Basura.
Robbie Snelling pitched lights out at AAA Jumbo Shrimp of Jacksonville.
You Jumbo Shrimp.
Robbie Snelling, inauspicious start, giving up 3, including a home run in the first inning, and then shut it down for the next 4 innings, but it wasn't enough as the Marlins lose 3-2 to the Nationals. Man, one bad inning. Come on, guys. Today, 4:10, though, Jansen Junk will get everything right for the Marlins. I'm thinking pretty much 8 innings of shutout baseball. And then you get Pete Fairbanks in there to just shut things down.
You wilding, my guy.
I'm not wilding when I tell you the Knicks took a 3-0 series lead
No, you're
against
not.
76ers, and they most likely will sweep this bad boy tomorrow because it's a bad matchup for the 76ers, and the Knicks are playing at a very, very high rate. And it's not just their stars, it's their second-line stars like OG Anunoby, Mikal Bridges have been just balling. I like what they've done with Karl Anthony Towns, made him more of a facilitator because they see everyone is cooking. They don't need him right now to be sitting there scoring tons of points. Knicks got it going, man. I'll give you credit.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Charles Barkley said it best. He said, man, it don't matter if they got Embiid or not. They whooped them the first game.
They whipped that ass.
Then without Embiid, they had a chance. The last night, nope. Embiid and Charles Barkley brought up a good point. Embiid can't stay healthy long enough to give your team 4 wins against the Knicks. It's just not going to happen.
No, he can't do it.
He's too stiff down there, and they're just too dynamic. Victor Wembanyama is also too dynamic. Last night, he had a huge game as the Spurs beat the Timberwolves 115-108 and took a 2-1 series lead. Got back to home court. That first game, by the way, everybody talking about, oh, the Timberwolves stole one. They literally stole one, Vlad. They were the better team most of the game. The Spurs came back, and let me tell you.
Tell me.
Champagnie had a good look for 3 to win that game. Didn't hit it.
Oh, you talk about game 1, right?
Game 1.
Yeah. Yeah, he did.
Champagnie had a very good look to win that game.
He did.
I thought he had it. Ugh. It wasn't that close. But nonetheless, so like the Timberwolves legitimately stole game 1. And then since then, it has been a lot of Spurs. Although last night's game was pretty nip and tuck. But Victor Wembanyama just too clutch. Hitting threes, getting rebounds, getting putbacks. He is a block machine, man. I mean, shots that you don't think are going to get blocked, in the NBA. Whoop, he gets it.
And he might be goaltending as well, but
there was 1 or 2 in there last night that were questionable, yes. But you have to give the defensive player of the year and the alien that's arm span of 10 foot long a little bit of the benefit of the doubt. Plus, he's fun to watch. Nobody left the bar last night, even after last call, because they wanted to see what Victor Wembanyama and the Spurs were going to do. I kept playing music till 12:30. I'm guilty of it too. Nobody told me to leave. I knew I had to get up in the morning, but got to wait till Victor Wembanyama shuts this thing down. Today we got
so Wemby did it to you, huh?
Dude, I rush home every other night to watch the Spurs play because it's that fun to watch Victor Wembanyama. Well, what's Champagne's first name? Because there's twins.
Julian? Was it Julian Justin?
Yeah. Vassell.
Devin Vassell.
Dylan Harper.
Every
once in a while, Harrison Barnes gets in and shoots some threes in mop-up time.
When they need an old guy?
Yeah, when they need someone in their 30s. De'Aaron Fox, whenever they need a basket, he's been clutch all year. All year. What am I talking about? All playoffs. I haven't been glued to the San Antonio Spurs. And you can't really say they're beating up on him because Minnesota doesn't have Ant-Man. Ant-Man's playing, although with a bad wheel, he's still putting up big numbers. Interesting. And like I said, Oklahoma City Thunder sleeps very well at night, but every once in a while they might wake up and be like, whew, wonder what the Spurs are doing. Just saying. Today, 3:00, Pistons, Cavs. Pistons, if they take a 3-0 series lead in this bad boy, and then at 8:30, Thunder, Lakers. If the Thunder take a 3-0 series lead in this bad boy,
it's over if they take it's over, bro.
I mean, it's over nonetheless. I'm sorry if you're a Lakers fan, if you love LeBron. And I do love LeBron, and I do like the Lakers, and I do think they're a very good team. I just don't think they're as good as the Thunder. But then again, a lot can be said about anybody being as good as the Thunder, although San Antonio Spurs, just saying. Take that for what you think it means. Montreal Canadiens tied their series at 1 against the Buffalo Sabres, winning 5-1. And a lot of people in South Florida cheering against the Montreal Canadiens because they are the final Canadian team left in the Stanley Cup race. And they want the cup to stay here in the good old US of A. Vegas Golden Knights, they took a 2-1 series lead, defeating the Anaheim Ducks 6-2. Anaheim Ducks are an interesting case. Right when I start counting them out, they start getting really good. Like in the previous series, I was like, oh, they're not going to do anything. Oh, and then, the other night they won a game and I was like, wait, they're actually going to give the Golden Knights an opportunity. They got a little chance. And then last night they got beat 6-2. It was ugly. Tonight it might get, I'm going to be honest with you, it might get ugly at 6:00.
Oh, you talking about Carolina?
Hurricanes versus the Philadelphia Flyers. It's already 3-0 in that series. And Carolina has had no let up in these playoffs. No let up. Also might get ugly at 9:00 tonight is the Colorado Avalanche, who I think are the best team in the NHL this year, taking on the Minnesota Wild, going for
They're
a
playing like
seriously.
it. They've been playing like it.
Carolina and Colorado both have not lost a game in these playoffs. If that means anything, it helps because, just for rest and recovery.
Absolutely. But,
and for consistency. It's a good recipe right there. Consistency, dominance, rest. Yeah, it's pretty good. In case you didn't already know, if you're circling big college football games this year, one of the biggest, the Canes and the Notre Dame Irish. That's going to be South Bend, Indiana, Saturday, November 7th, 7:30, right here on WQAM. They say it's one of the biggest games in South Bend in years. We'll see, because a lot of the early projections have Notre Dame at number 1, and then the Canes right there at 3 or 4.
Really?
Yes.
Got you.
If the early projections mean anything, like last year, Texas was number 1 at the beginning of the season. Saw how that turned out.
Yeah. But they also had a tough schedule to play early. I'm not gonna take away from Texas on that. But we'll see. Canes should be in the top 5 before the whatchamacallit.
Yeah. Oh yeah. With Gary Minsa.
When the rankings come out.
Question marks, I guess, for the Miami Hurricanes would simply be they've lost a lot of talent in the draft, which is a good thing, but they got Darian Mensah coming in as quarterback. How will he fit in with the team? Also, the offensive line got some new guys, although I think top recruit Jackson Cantwell, from what we hear, he is going to be more than adept at getting in there and making some things happen. And then, of course, your edge rushers, question marks there because you lose both Mesidor and Ruben Bain to the draft. How do they fill those very big holes? Mario Cristobal believes he has the talent through the recruiting and the transfer portal to do exactly that. And he's got some 5-star guys that are coming to fill in for him. So you have to believe in those guys. Dolphins hold rookie camp. We're going to talk about that in the next segment, just a little bit. The NBA draft lottery, that is tomorrow at 3. We could pick 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 13th, or 14th. Hey, look, with the 13th pick,
well, you know what?
Adebayo.
Yeah, but you know what's gonna happen with that 13 pick. That 13 pick is gonna be used as uh a piece for a trade.
We're going to do that next. We're going to have a little hodgepodge in the next segment where we're going to talk about this lotto pick, what the Dolphins and really not the Dolphins shouldn't do anything with a lottery pick unless they're doing a pick quick at the lotto, mini mart. We're going to talk about the Dolphins mini camp, and we're going to talk about this Heat lottery. If they do have a good lottery pick, what they should possibly do with it. It's going to be interesting because I have an idea of what I think they should do. You have an idea what they think they should do. We'll see if great minds meet. Men's and women's NCAA tournament expansion, 76 teams is official. Wow, I'm so excited. It's going to be awesome. Can't wait, Vlad. 76 teams. You know what's better than 64? 76.
Stupid.
Can't wait. Men's and women's. Yay.
Stupid.
Is anybody going like, yeah, hell yeah, about time? I have not heard one person get excited about this.
So I don't want to hear about on the bubble anymore.
If you're on the bubble, like, oh, you can't believe they kept out Gardner-Webb with a 12-19 record and didn't win their tournament.
Yeah,
like, how is that going to go?
Yeah, like, I don't want to hear that.
We got robbed, man. We had 12 quality wins this year, but you had 21 losses. Man, can't believe last 4 out. We got robbed. We're going to the NIT. We're going to win the NIT. We're going to show you.
Right.
Does the NIT cease to exist?
No, it doesn't exist anymore. That's why they try to do like TBT and like they had CBI.
Is that it?
Yeah, like they had CBI, the whole nine, all that BS. And it doesn't.
No, they had an NIT last year though.
But it's not the same anymore. It's not
I would think not.
It's not like how it was before.
The NIT means absolutely nothing now. Whew, that's bad. Is there anything else that's noteworthy? Oh, we'll talk about this in the last hour because I got something pretty cool for us in the last hour to talk about. It's Miami Hurricanes football related, and I just kind of want to get your take on it. I have a take on it, and once again, we'll see if great minds meet, and when they do meet, how everything goes. But real quick, right now, let's take a step into the day spa. A 55-year-old British woman lost her husband to cancer, but she found solace in the arms of a 25-year-old Jamaican man.
Yeah, man.
I love love. I love love. What can I say?
Stella got a groove back, man.
That's literally what the movie is. Or I'm sorry, what the story is.
Literally
what the story is. You lost a husband? Got a groove back with the Jamaican man. Make you feel irie. Does it make you feel irie on this Saturday?
I don't know, but it's making her feel something.
Oh, she's feeling it. I'm sure he's feeling it too. Love. I love love.
Her papers.
Well, I mean, she's British and he's Jamaican. I don't know if there's a whole lot of paperwork going on there.
Yeah, you're right.
You know, I don't know. I think both have their positives. We'll talk about my Jamaican history in the and later on in the show. But I want to get to this hodgepodge next. I want to talk a little lotto and I want to talk a little mini camp here on Sports Day 104.3 FM WQAM. First thing I want to get to is this NBA lottery. Hope springs eternal for 14 teams as they hope to get a top 4 pick, because this is a pretty darn good draft, at least going in when it comes to the NBA draft. 4 or 5 or 6 even players that could really, really change the trajectory of your organization. And we are very excited because the Miami Heat could possibly move up to number 1, 2, 3, or 4. Then they could also be at number 13 or 14. Let's just say, Vlad, for whatever reason, the Miami Heat get lucky and land in those first 4 picks. Let's just say they have a chance, no matter where they fall. I believe all these guys are going to be absolute wonderful guys that are going to be cornerstones of your team. AJ Dybantsa, Darren Peterson, who I'm very high on.
Yeah, tell him stop taking creatine.
He said creatine made him cramp. That's why he didn't play a lot of games last year for Kansas Jayhawks. Local guy, Cameron Boozer.
The booze.
A lot of people high on a guy that got injured at the end of the season, North Carolina's Caleb Williams. Wilson, I'm sorry.
I do like Caleb Wilson.
I'm very high on Darius Acuff Jr.
Like him too. And I like the kid out of Houston.
Kingston Flemings.
Yes.
Okay, so let's just say theoretically, Dolphins land in that top 4. And like I said, I don't think you can go wrong with the top 5 or 6 even, but we can't fall in 5 or 6. And you have a chance to get one of those guys who could be an elite talent in the NBA. My argument is that if you're the Heat, you play it out.
Mm-hmm.
You go out there and you draft who you believe in as the best player available, whether it's AJ Dybantsa, whether it's Darren Peterson, who I believe in, Cameron Boozer, Caleb Wilson, Darius Acuff Jr. You go out there and you get them, and you know what? You do like what you do with Dwayne Wade. Develop it inside the house. Other people are arguing, go ahead and trade that pick, or make that pick and trade that player for the likes of a more known commodity, a la Giannis Antetokounmpo, Kawhi Leonard, John Morant, one of those guys. I'm here to tell you, I think the answer is try to develop one of those guys from within. You've been gifted a top pick. You've been gifted someone that could be a generational player. Go ahead if you're the Miami Heat, and if you get the good luck of drafting in the top 4, getting one of those guys that you believe in and riding it out. Now, I know, do you have the patience? Does Pat Riley have the patience? I think in this case, you have to. And I think any of these guys are going to make a smoother transition to the NBA, which we have seen. I thought VJ Edgecombe for the 76ers this year, from day one, looked like he was an NBA player.
Pat Riley has kind of let it be known that his time for the young is, he doesn't really have time for the young.
And we also know that Eric Spoelstra has proven that he likes to incubate these young guys for a while. But a number 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 overall pick is different than a number 20 or
right.
13.
But so this is why is it because if you do get a top 4 pick, you're gonna treat them like the way that you treated D Wade? You realize the value and talent that you had in Dwayne Wade, and you let him blossom. You really didn't, at least it didn't appear that you were trying to handcuff him when he was coming up. So will you allow that same grace and period for this if you do happen to get one of the top 4 selections in this year's draft? Will you then, maybe if you do get one of these top 4 selections, you're gonna just repeat the same process you did when you had Dwayne? Mind you, Dwayne was a 5th pick.
Yes.
Dwayne was the 5th pick. So you have a chance of getting a pick better than Dwayne if it just happens to fall between 1 and 4. If you get one of those, you're gonna have to let him blossom. You're gonna have to let that individual blossom. You're gonna have to be able to take on his mistakes, his rookie mistakes and everything. But we know that Riles like a veteran commodity, but some of the veteran commodities that they would want kind of banged up.
I don't like Giannis Antetokounmpo because we talked about it. His playoff record is less than stellar,
and he's been injured the last 4 years with some sort of soft soft muscle issue.
I do like Kawhi Leonard, but there's the
he's
argument.
34,
and then he's banged
35,
up.
and he's banged up, and he's always got some type of lower body issues. Pretty much anybody that you're gunning for, unless for the exception of Jaylen Brown, and I don't really see how two ops are going to work with each other.
There's no way.
Right.
I don't even think the Boston will ever let Jaylen Brown get
for
away.
what you would want for what Boston would want from you. You're not giving up because it makes no sense to make that type of trade.
I hate to keep
you're
bringing
not
going to
give up. You're not giving up Bam.
After what happened with Nico Harrison and Luka Doncic, nobody wants to be infamous for that reason. Therefore, Boston ain't letting that happen. They're a smart organization.
So that's not going to happen.
That would be good, though.
So then you got to work with the Zions and stuff like that. Now, Zion, is he? He's a vet.
But he's also said he's very happy in New Orleans with Joe Dumars.
And people say a lot of things. And
I do like John Morant, but once again, injuries and high risk, high reward.
Right. But here's the problem. But here's the thing, though. Those guys have shown at least 5-6 years of equity. They have 5-6 years of equity where they've shown you what they want, of what they are, and what they can become under the right circumstance. See, that's the thing from the Heat. The Heat don't have a problem going after young guys as long as these young guys have shown 3-4 years of NBA, of NBA. If they have 3 or 4 years of NBA's play in them, they'll be willing to make the trade. But they're not gonna. I mean, they hand the keys off to a kid right now.
So it comes down to this. Do you believe in the future if you get one of these big draft picks, or do you believe in a more sure thing? Is Pat Riley looking for a longer term?
They want the more sure thing,
or is he looking for a microwave? He's looking to get this guy in here that he believes in and try to win a championship within the next year or two.
Microwave. Because he said it in the press conference. Unless you're going to give me 8 first-round picks, or I can get Wemby, where he knows at least I have a guy for the next 10 to 15 years I can build around and will always be a contender. Other than that, he's not doing that.
So as a Heat fan, 305-567-0560 or the YouTube or Twitch, what would you prefer? I think as a Heat fan, I'm in it for the long term.
They want the young guy.
I want the young guy.
Right. And they want to build with that guy. But the thing about it is that your management doesn't believe in that.
And if that's their philosophy, then it's pretty obvious if they do get one of these top 4 picks.
Say they get the number 1 pick, right?
That's hard to pass up on, man.
Then you get the number 1 pick. So do you keep the number 1 pick, or would you utilize them in a trade to get somebody big?
You have to keep the number 1 pick.
I understand that. But in their thinking have always been to get the proven commodity, right? We know there's one commodity that's out there that's been linked with so many teams because they feel he's going to be moved. Would the number 1 pick be the final piece in trying to get a guy like Giannis? I would think so.
Yes.
But now the question is,
but you'd still, what else do you have to give up?
I don't think you have to give up that much after just
I'm not saying that much, but
money wise, you're gonna have to give up things, people, just to make the money work.
So of course they're not gonna straight up trade a number 1 for Giannis, but
because the money wouldn't work.
Right. But still, like, what caliber of player would you have to add to that number 1 pick?
I wouldn't add that much. I would give you no disrespect to Nico. I'll give you Nico and a note. Like, that number 1 pick is your all-star.
Future, yeah.
I'm just doing the other guys just to make the money work out.
Right. I mean, a number 1 pick, and dare I say, and I know all Heat fans are.
And here's the other thing.
They're shuddering.
When we say he has to make the money work, he's getting a contract extension. He's going to get a contract extension. So do they sign a contract and then make the trade, or do they wait for Miami to give the extension? I like to know that.
That's interesting.
But you do understand what I'm saying. Like, he's going to, because that's the whole thing. He's supposed to get the Supermax.
Yeah. And he's got a lot to Supermax out on with all the NBA MVPs and the
right. So he's supposed to get the Supermax. But if he gets traded, there might be some time before he's eligible for that Supermax with the new team.
Maybe.
But that's the thing. Do you give up? Is that the piece?
I mean, the piece, yeah.
Because here's the thing. If you get a first round pick and it falls in the lottery, you're going to utilize that pick in a trade. If it's 13 or 14. The question is if it's 1 to 4. If you fall in that 1 to 4, that's the question.
This year, even more so.
Do you trade this year's draft pick when you know this is one of the best draft prospects?
There was a draft a couple of years ago that didn't have a lot. Like, you could say like, oh, I got a top 3 pick. I'll trade that. No problem.
Yeah, but if you look at the last 2 years, though, Kuzan, like if you look
last
at
year was good.
The year prior was good as well.
I don't know. A top 4 pick is just.
That's what I'm saying. The year prior was just as good as well.
It's just too good, man. I mean, you start getting down 6, 7, 8. You can maybe not, but man. So that's going to be interesting. Like I said, I think as a Heat fan, if you get a top 4 pick, let's ride. But as Pat Riley and Eric Spoelstra, like, we're really going to do this. We're going to sit here behind this guy for an unknown commodity for 2-3 years and try to figure this thing out.
I mean, I'm looking. Okay, so the 24th, I say it's good, but it wasn't like no big name. But guys have prospered. Reed Shepard prospered for Houston. Stephon Castle.
No, he's Rookie of the Year.
Ron Holland second. He's been a productive player for the Pistons. Donovan Klingon's helped Portland.
No, that's a draft. You can go ahead.
You could. No, I mean, shoot. Hockman's guy. Matas Buzelis.
Yeah,
Buzelis.
Yeah.
Khalil Ware was in that draft. So some of the guys that have been drafted in the 24 class have been utilized and been significant players, rotational players. But it's, Jalen Tyson, Jacoby Walter.
But I mean, you go back to like that 23 draft. I mean, Victor Wembanyama, of course, crazy. Brandon Miller. Okay.
He's played well.
Scoot Henderson's played.
Scoot's played better.
Healthy. Amen Thompson, he's a good player.
So he's played. You're talking about guys who are significant rotational players on whatever their respective teams.
This year, though, I could see 3 or 4 of the guys being
20. You talking about this year's draft?
Yeah, I could see 3 or 4 of the guys being
the same thing or better.
All stars.
Okay. You got guys here.
Cornerstone.
You got young guys who were asked to play, and they've played, and they've showcased their talent, and they've been significant role players on playoff teams or significant players on teams on the come up.
First things first, we got to overcome the odds and get into those top 4 picks, or else we're going to be 13 or 14 picking, and then that brings up a totally different conversation for the Miami Heat. Right now, if they were to be picked 13, ESPN has them taking from Alabama point guard, shooting guard, LeBaron Philon Jr. 22 points a game last year.
What's his name?
LeBaron Philon Jr.
LeBaron? What is he? What is he? Like Timu LeBron? LeBaron.
Maybe.
Wait, you just put in an A to make it LeBaron?
I didn't name him. I don't know.
LeBaron. It's basically LeBron.
Transferring to the future of the Dolphins, they're holding their rookie mini camp. Now, some people say you can't glean anything from a mini camp. Some people say at least it kind of sets a tone. Chris Perkins was out at that first day of mini camp. He wrote an article and basically saying that it does seem like there is obviously a different attitude surrounding the Miami Dolphins in this rookie mini camp. They went and ran sprints after practice, meaning they want to be a tough-nosed, physical team that's going to go out there and make things happen.
Ooh.
What do you mean? Ooh.
No, I mean, ooh. Okay, like, yeah, all right. You're trying to showcase something.
Now, he admits that, mini camp, crazy. He did say distractions in the past, like Tyreek Hill, who, of course, having the court dates, seem to be the last thing that this Dolphins team wants. They want guys that are young, that are bought in, and that are going to be taught the way of the new Dolphins. He says that kind of is one of those things that's been pretty obvious early on at this regime change, and also with this mini camp that's going on, running sprints after practice, trying to be a more physical team. But of course, once again, it's mini camp, it's rookies, they're busting it. He said, look, it was great to see guard tackle Caden Proctor, the first round pick for Alabama, moving around on the field for the 30 minutes or so media was able to watch. Said that he looked in shape, he looked healthy, he looked happy, he looked like he was making moves. 6'7", 352 pounds, appeared slim, athletic, agile, and you guessed it, big. Cornerback Chris Johnson, first round pick, San Diego State, seems smooth and capable as he progressed through the practice that didn't feature any offense versus defensive drills. And linebacker Jacob Rodriguez, a second pick from Texas Tech, looked good in drills. Once again, this is all in drills as things go on. I did read one article that said the guy out of Texas, the safety Taffy, he looked like he was a high school kid.
Oh, that's what they said about the safety?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
And he was a walk-on at Texas, but he was an All-American last year, so
it happens.
We shall see.
It happens.
Look, it's rookie camp, so what does it mean for the Dolphins? Once again, doesn't mean too much, but it's some fundamentals, and they said that they seem like they're very, of course, first day of rookie camp, very dedicated to being finger in the ground, physical, tough. We shall see. At least it says the rookies did look very eager and very athletic and very fit, which, of course, is the biggest word that we want to hear surrounding Caden Proctor, who people have questioned his maturity and his fitness in the past.
Okay.
Although I thought that was kind of a cheap shot by Nick Saban, kind of questioning stuff about Caden Proctor. He was good enough for you to recruit and bring to Alabama, but then you go out there on TV after he gets drafted and kind of question his motivation and his fitness. Seemed like a TV move right there to me by Nick Saban.
I mean, everybody, Nick's feeling himself.
You need ratings.
Nick's feeling himself.
That was a ratings move, I hope.
Everybody's, he's feeling himself. He's feeling, everybody's loving the fact that he's talking, and he's basically, you're getting to see the real Nick Saban right now. You're getting to see the other side.
I know the real Nick Saban.
I know you know the real Nick Saban, but everybody else is getting to see the real.
No. This is a character he's playing, by the way.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, I guess he's not a football coach anymore. As a football coach, literally, he is what you want in a football coach. He eats, sleeps, dreams, talks to football. I'll tell you, my first interaction with him, I sat down at an Italian restaurant in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I'll be as specific as possible. Ruffino's. Sits down, doesn't say a word. His wife orders
Miss Terry?
Yeah, Miss Terry.
I love Miss Terry.
Orders him a Caesar salad and what's the pasta with the white sauce, the real bland stuff. I'm not Italian. I don't know all these things.
I look Italian to you.
But literally, and I was amazed at how much of the communicating she did and decision-making she made for him.
It's Miss Terry, baby.
And
Miss Terry runs everything. She's the real head coach.
Is it Pasta Primavera?
I don't know.
Yeah.
As long as it's not the Rick Pitino pasta, I'm good.
No, it's not Pasta Primavera. Whatever. White pasta with the white sauce. Nonetheless. And I was amazed as we left the meeting. I was like, he didn't really talk a lot. And she made a lot of decisions for him. And they were telling me, they're like, yeah, it's because his job is football. That's all he thinks about.
Yeah, that's all he gets. She runs the show.
He eats Little Debbie cakes, gets to the office at 4 a.m., leaves the office at 8 p.m., and does football all day.
That's it.
He doesn't want to make decisions outside of anything.
Have you not seen anything that's happened like outside of football? She runs the show. She tells him to smile. He smiles. She tells him to shut up. He shuts the hell up.
Thank you, Dr. Vaughan. He got fettuccine Alfredo.
There you go.
The most bland thing on the menu. And I was like, man, he is a very bland individual. I can see through him on TV. He's not spicy.
I love Nick Saban.
You can love him all you want, but he's a bland individual. He eats Little Debbie cakes. He lets Terry make the decisions for him.
Bland.
And he coaches.
There's nothing wrong with bland.
I just thought it was a bad move that Caden Proctor was good enough for him to go recruit, put on his team. Then he left the team. Then on TV, kind of didn't badmouth him, but didn't give him a ringing endorsement. I thought that was a TV move. But
okay,
we'll see. Okay, let's do a little something or nothing next, Vlad, right here on 104.3 FM WQAM.
me. All of our shows are there live or on demand. Plus, there's the cool rewind feature where you can listen to any part of any show you might have missed. Anytime.
And the winner is Hove, my man. Speech. First of all, I want to thank my connect.
Trying to do some something or nothing. I'll tell you right now, I got nothing. I was looking in the mirror just now as I was washing my hands in the bathroom. And man, for all that working out I do at the gym 4 or 5 days a week, nothing, man. I got like no chest, no arms, no nothing, man. I'm just trying not to scare people at the beach, but oh man, I don't know. That might be have to spend my time doing other things and going to the gym. Let's do some something or nothing, though. You got to love this one, Vlad. Timothy Chalamet and Kylie Jenner, they have been living it up at Knicks playoff games. Is that something or nothing?
Chalamet, yes. I like
he's
Chalamet.
Courtside, man.
No, Chalamet's a real one, man. He's a diehard Knicks fan. Told Shorty, yo, go to Met Gala yourself, man. It's Knicks more important than Met Gala. Exactly. I love him for that.
And then the other night, you saw when the Knicks won, how they celebrated?
When? What do you mean? When they beat up J.R. Smith or...
No, what Timothy Chalamet and Kendall Jenner did. Kylie Jenner, I'm sorry.
Wait, what was this, game 2?
Yeah.
Oh, at the Garden?
Yeah.
What did he do? They kissed?
No, he got a little handful a couple times.
Oh, what, on the cheeks?
Couple pats.
On the cheeks?
back.
Yeah, he patted her backside. That's all.
Yeah,
why not?
I like it. Timothy Chalamet's a G, man.
But you know what, though? Here's the nasty part, right? Only because of how famous she is. We've seen that on many occasions with other male celebrities or boyfriends at the time. We see that all the time with them.
You know what I like about Timothy Chalamet?
He don't care.
He don't have to keep up with the Kardashians. They need to keep up with him.
He's come on. He's the number one star in Hollywood right now.
Super talented, behind the scenes, in front of the camera. He told her, yeah, go to the Met Gala by yourself. She's always hanging all over him because
everybody leave Ben Stiller alone. Ben Stiller had to go to that game because a friend of his told him. It's always funny to run with things because we crack jokes, right? But we never want to understand the truth or hear the truth. Nobody knows when the playoffs are going to be scheduled, but you kind of know when the MetLife is going to be scheduled. The gala is going to be scheduled. So therefore, if somebody invites you, you're going to say yes. Just so happened it fell on game 1 of the second round of the NBA playoffs that your team is hosting a game. But if you told somebody yes, you can't tell them no. Right?
Right. Should have a spinoff, though. Keeping Up with Chalamet.
You can't tell them no. But I respect Timothy for telling Shorty, hey, man, go with your family. I'm going to the Garden. And I'm like, did you see his entrance to the Garden in that game 1?
No, I didn't see
it. Felt like a man who was like, man, I got the shackles off me. He's walking around like just greeting the fans, high-fiving the whole nine. Look, he's with his boy. He don't got Shorty to worry about.
You love your woman. You love spending
time
with her.
But you know what?
Once in a while,
he's gonna be a man, like a fan today. He's gonna wild out. He don't got to worry about. Oh, you want something to drink?
Like you start something to eat. You start yelling at a player and like, baby, be quiet.
Talk. Yeah, you don't got to do nothing. You could be yourself.
Calm down.
He could be himself.
Like I'm wild.
Did you see him yesterday? He was himself.
I don't know. I think Timothy Chalamet is always himself, man.
But I'm saying like as a fan, like you could be yourself as a fan, and then. You see me.
Yeah.
You see, what am I when there's no people around? What am I when there's people around?
Scary.
Okay, there you go.
Brewers, Jacob Mazurowski. You saw that?
Yeah, he struck out the Yankees a lot yesterday.
Well, yeah. But he also had at least 10 pitches over 103 miles per hour.
Yeah, when you're striking out. Yeah.
10 strikeouts Friday against New York. I'm sorry, 11 strikeouts, 6 innings, 6-0 win against the Yankees.
Yeah, that's a lot. I ain't like it.
Ooh. Carol G. Is
she doing Saturday Night Live? No.
She sells 2 million tickets in just 4 days to her upcoming tour.
Nice.
She will be at Hard Rock Stadium October 2nd and 3rd.
Oh, she's doing 2 shows.
Yeah.
Oh.
Most places she's doing 2 shows.
Okay.
Here's the problem.
What's the problem?
Do we have belief in our promotions team?
No. I already knew where you're going. That's why I said no before you could finish it. No.
B, that we can get tickets before Jay Fig swoops them up.
No, I don't think so. I can't even get tickets for this weekend's Marlins game.
No. Okay, well, we're not going to Carol G then because...
Fam, I asked for tomorrow afternoon's game. I couldn't get tickets for tomorrow afternoon.
For a 12?
For a nooner. Apparently, there's no more. Apparently, the Marlins are sold out.
So we're not going to Carol G
No.
on October
Mm-mm.
2nd and 3rd. You know, you could
Sam, let me tell you this. Forget World Cup. Forget Chris Brown and Usher.
I've already forgotten that one.
You know, forget Carol G.
Now, if you want to go the route of saying, you know what, I don't have to rely on anybody, I'm going to buy my own tickets. The cheapest of cheap seats for Carol G.
$1,600?
$212.
Ah, that's not bad. What's that,
Not
nosebleed?
bad.
That's nosebleed?
That's the worst of the worst.
That's nosebleed. Huh?
Worst of the worst.
That's not bad.
$212.
I mean, shoot, that's better than some of the tickets that you see for the cheap of the cheaps in other concerts. Those are 4 figures.
There's a guy.
You know a guy?
His name is Guy Cohen. You may know him better
as the Ticketmaster?
Guy Cohen, you may know him better as the pretty fly for a white guy from the Offspring music video from the 90s.
What about him?
Well, he has had quite the pivot of his career. He is now a political live streamer. Something or nothing.
Something crazy. I would never assume that's what's gonna happen. Really? So pretty live for pretty fly for a white guy is now a
successful political live streamer. How does that pivot happen? I don't know.
Political lives for a white guy?
Speaking of the World Cup, opening ceremony. It's going to be at SoFi Stadium June 12th. The lineup will include Katy Perry,
nice,
Tyla,
nice,
Lisa,
nice,
and more.
Wait,
something or nothing.
Katy Perry, Tyla, and Lisa?
I don't even know who Lisa is.
I don't even know who Lisa is. I'm like, Lisa who? Lisa Simpson?
I'm saying count me out on that, man.
Well, have you heard the craziness that's going on with the World Cup venues and the transportation and public transportation?
All I know is they're just taking a huge hit on this thing.
So in New York, the MetLife is hosting some of the World Cup games.
Of course.
They are charging ticket fares that would get you from New York to New Jersey, or if you're using the transportation would be $15. Now it's $150. The days of the World Cup. World Cup games.
Early reports are in that every single market is taking a huge hit with the exception of New York, LA, and Miami. Every venue area, that hotel sales are way below, ticket sales are not way below, but just that the overall excitement and the overall spending that they expected is well below expectations.
Well, maybe because the fact that travel's kind of messed up the way it is right now.
Right.
That is part of it. The prices and fuel. Yes. Yeah.
So travel and prices are kind of the thing that's kind of getting in the way, I think, of a lot of people.
Which is kind of funny because the guy who got the award and was heralded last year when the groups were being named is the reason why he's the reason why there's a delay in accommodations, hotel accommodations, people coming in from all across the world. Yeah, man. 45, 47 is the reason for this, for the slow crawl that the World Cup is having right now.
Prices too, man.
Prices. Well, that's how they're getting the prices. They're jacking you up with the fuel and everything, man.
And then the World Cup president was like, it's American prices.
Ain't no American prices. Dude, if people take the NG, the New Jersey Transit, they take it and it's $15 a day. Now they just getting 10 times more. That's crazy.
Under the crazy animal segment of Something or Nothing, a bear in Tennessee spent several minutes trying to break into a bakery and get some cinnamon rolls. Is that something or nothing?
He had the munchies, bro.
Couldn't get in, man.
He had the munchies. I get it.
This is my favorite story, by the way. A Tampa woman was sleeping. She was awoken, thinking that a burglar was breaking into her house, only to walk into her living room and find 2 alligators fighting.
Wait, the alligators are fighting?
She thought it was a break-in, and it was 2 gators fighting in her her living room. They'd broken into her house and started fighting in the living room.
How do you break into a living room to fight?
What a
and which gator decided let's have this fight in somebody else's house?
I don't know if there's relief. Like, oh, thank God, it's not a burglar. It's just 2 huge gators fighting in my living room.
I would rather it be a burglar.
I know. At least you can kind of fend for yourself.
Imagine what if the gators, broke into your house and took you out? That's crazy.
I know. Like, you can't break those gators up. I mean, no way. Oh, a coyote recently swam 2 miles in San Francisco to Alcatraz Island. Is that something or nothing?
That's something.
Nobody wants to go to Alcatraz except this. Okay. Ronald McDonald steals the show singing the national anthem at a recent Charlotte Knights minor league baseball game. Something or nothing.
It's nothing. It's Ronald McDonald. What do you mean steals the show? He is the show. He's Ronald McDonald.
And now, direct your attention.
And please go to the take a look at your bottom screen and look and say hello to our national announcer, Ronald McDonald,
American icon, and known around the world.
American icon. No, not even American.
World
icon.
Last but not least, and you love when people do things for charity and for awareness for a good cause. So
do I?
You do.
Okay.
A French man, he recently pulled a police car 131 feet with a rope attached to his man junk to raise awareness for prostate cancer. That's something, man. Whatever it takes. Whatever it takes. I was wondering, it was like 131 feet. Oh, I see what he's pulling with. Huh? You know? French man. We're going to close out the show, get you ready for the Miami Marlins as they take on the Washington Nationals. Can we get a Jansen Junk win today? We'll discuss that next here on 104.3 FM, WQAM.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Yesterday's price is not today's price.
Just found out that this Marlins Washington National Series this weekend, apparently the hottest ticket in town. We've gone through a couple of different pathways to get tickets, and we've hit roadblocks. So I'm expecting, Vlad, a full house today.
I better expect a full house tomorrow.
Tomorrow, Mother's Day, I'm expecting there all three levels to be full.
Let me ask you this. Tomorrow is Mother's Day, right? Shout out to all the mothers. We're not going to be on tomorrow, so happy Mother's Day to everyone, right?
And just remember, what I'm telling everybody to do, I told them earlier, Vlad, go ahead and get ahead of the curve and do something special for mom today so that you already kind of got some built-up equity. So tomorrow, if you forget or something goes wrong, you could at least be like, well, we kind of celebrated early, but go ahead. Take her to a Marlins game. But everybody else is, apparently.
Now, Saturdays, usually we come to realize Saturday's a big day, especially when the Marlins at home because it's beer day, and there's usually a promotion usually involved with Saturday.
Is it Barbie Day today?
Might be a Barbie Day. It might be a Heritage Day. Maybe there's usually like a Dominican Day, Colombian, and there's always honoring a culture. But tomorrow is Mother's Day. The Marlins finish their 10-game homestand tomorrow afternoon. Tomorrow afternoon the game's a nooner. It starts at noon. It's on Peacock. It's Mother's Day. Mothers ain't trying to go to a baseball game on Mother's Day. Abuelas, tias, none of that. Aunties, Grandma, Mommy, nope. They're not trying to go to see a nooner.
Well, it is Haitian Heritage Day tomorrow. Is that why you wanted to go?
Well, I mean, that's also good.
Right,
They're
celebrating that. You didn't even
they're
know
celebrating
that,
Haitian Heritage Day tomorrow? Not tomorrow, not yet, not today.
Maybe that's why you're having trouble.
What's
getting
today?
Tickets.
Well, then I should. If
Sunday, May 10th is Haitian Heritage Day.
I
It's the first Heritage Day of the year, by the way.
Well, you see, I definitely should have gotten tickets. Sac passe to all my Haitians. But nonetheless, no tickets were available. So unless I see 45,000 Haitians tomorrow at Lone Depot Park.
What a sight. What a crowd.
And there's bambacoot being served all throughout the day.
The lines for the bathrooms are going to be interesting, man.
I have a funny joke, but I'm not going to say
it. Don't say any jokes about your heritage.
I mean, I could say the joke because it's my heritage.
Right. Just not here. Forum. It's all about the forum.
You go to the bathroom, you might see somebody, and he might give you some cologne.
Here's $1. Here's $2.
Here's $1. Can I get a double mint with that? But yes, I expect to see a packed crowd for the next 2 games.
Well, today we got a packed crowd, hopefully, for the Marlins game. If not, you can listen to it right here on 104.3 FM WQAM. First pitch is going to be at 4:10. Steven Strom going to be taking over at 3:30. We're going to lead you up to that. Yesterday, Steven Strom was on the Hawk and Crowder show, and they asked him a question about what is some of your guilty pleasures, guilty pleasure movies. And Vlad, I'll ask you about guilty pleasures. But Steven Strom, he earned some respect in my book when he was asked, hey, Steven, can you name one of your guilty pleasures?
Can I do TV show first?
Okay. All right.
All right.
I'll allow
Keeping Up with the Kardashians.
Okay.
It's one of
All right,
those.
Strom, appreciate it. Listen to Strom tonight.
What do you want me to say? Just being honest. I don't know why. I put it on and I just can't turn it off. And I'm like, what am I like? It's like, oh my God, Chris, my earrings, they're in the water. And Chris is like, those are like $2 million. What do you mean? He's like, Chris, I can't. It's just, you just can't turn it off. I don't know. So I'll start with the Kardashians.
Respect. I'm not going to lie. Watching the Kardashians is pretty cool, man. I enjoy it. And Vlad, I'm not sitting around by myself watching the Kardashians. You're always watching it with someone.
Who you watching it with?
You know who.
Oh,
someone special. And they always kind of get into it when they see the Kardashians. They kind of want to live that life. And then they start thinking that you're Timothy Chalamet or Travis Barker, maybe not Kanye West.
Travis
Scott. They start thinking you're that type of
Chris
guy.
Humphries.
Scott the Sick.
Lamar Odom.
There you go. They start treating you kind of special too. So Kardashians, man, yeah. I respect Steven Strom.
Lewis Hamilton.
Lewis Hamilton was in the mix. He kept
He's in the mix. He's in the mix right now.
Who's he mixing it up with?
With Kim.
Okay. Reggie Bush back in the day. Ray J. We're going way back. We're going way back. The OG. That's the OG.
The OG, man.
Yeah. So, no, man, it is. It's just mindless craziness and fun with the Kardashians. So, Steven Strom, Hopefully, we'll be making some Kardashians references. We talked about Timothée Chalamet being a G. He's not number one Knicks fan, but he's definitely one of the higher up Knicks fans. He's courtside. He's missing the Met Gala with his old lady.
I give Chalamet credit. He's
a New Yorker.
He's a New Yorker. He's been down for a long time. Now that his notoriety is out there, he's very famous right now, so he's up there. But we all know who the number one Knicks fan of all time is.
Spike Lee.
Yeah, Spike.
You see Spike Lee when Kylie Jenner was walked by him.
Yeah, what he said.
He was standing up cheering, and she walked by. He went, "Woo!"
Nah, yo, shorty, walk around Spike. Don't mess up his clapping.
No, I think he kind of saw it out the periphery of his eye and was like,
I don't give a damn.
He was kind of being like, "That's a bad one," but then he kind of didn't want to get caught being like, "That's a bad one." He went,
No, Spike, no, he doesn't want to touch. A lawsuit might happen. You don't know what can happen.
All I'm saying is Timothée Chalamet was getting handfuls after that Knicks win, man. Not high fives.
I would hope so. I would hope he's getting more than a handful.
I'm talking about on courtside, just kind of
more than a handful.
Keeping up with the Kardashians. You got to keep up. And I am going to eventually, tonight might be the night, on Netflix, I'm going to watch that Journey into the Manosphere with that guy Clavicle that is like doing all types of crazy things to his male body and just messing himself up permanently because of beauty. I just haven't gotten around to it. And the NBA playoffs have just been so good, Vlad. I ain't going to lie. I talk to you about it every time. Like, they've just been so good. Like, I'm not going to watch the Lakers and the Thunder tonight. I'm going to watch Clavicle. Nah, man. Like, I got that can stay on the back burner. I'm watching NBA and NHL playoffs tonight. Sorry. More important than watching some dope in Brickle overdose on steroids and whatever else he puts into his body. Although that does sound pretty entertaining, by the way. I mean, it does. Come on.
Okay.
Nonetheless, so we got the NBA playoffs are kicking off right now. Cleveland Cavaliers and Detroit Pistons. See if the Cavs can make it a series as they are down.
And you know what started today? The
WNBA. It started last night.
Was it last night?
Yeah.
Well, I'm just saying today because Caitlin's on.
Yeah, Caitlin Clark has been on. And so is
Caitlin versus Paige.
Paige Beckers.
Yeah, it's Caitlin versus Paige.
Is her girlfriend in the game too?
Who? Sophie?
No. Well, yeah. What's her name?
Sophie. Oh, you talking about Azzy Fudd? Yes, Azzy Fudd is playing.
Fudd's in there. Okay.
I thought you said. Did you say her girlfriend or my girlfriend?
No. I'm not worried about your girlfriend. I'm worried about Paige Becker's girlfriend.
Yes, Paige Becker's girlfriend is playing with her.
That's a weird thing, man. Like,
it's not weird. It's weird because they publicly announced it, but.
No, but I'm talking about like having your significant other in the office with you. Like that's.
Well, that happens a lot in the WNBA.
Okay, so maybe it is, and there is a different dynamic to that, and I'm not going to get into the different dynamic, but yes, I do understand it a little more. So, okay, I wish
as long as they, as long as they don't Rossini the situation, they're good.
Yeah, Sue Bird. No, not Rossini. I thought you were talking about Sue Bird and
Megan Rapinoe.
Yeah, they're getting a divorce.
Right, but they announced that like a week ago.
Yeah,
publicly. No, I'm just saying, as long as you're not, you're sleeping with your teammate who happens to be your significant other. So just keep business and pleasure separated.
Yeah, when you're at work, work. When you're at home, play.
Work.
Rihanna said it best. So got this Marlins game. We need a Marlins win. I guess I'm pulling for Detroit in this series. I think they're cool. The Knicks, I feel as though if they don't close it out tomorrow, they'll close it out the next game. I also feel Oklahoma City wins tonight. Maybe the Lakers can get a push. You never know with LeBron James, Austin Reeves. I don't know. Maybe the referees give them a break, which they haven't given them much of a break this series. But we'll see.
I think we're going to have – I think this game right here, I think Cleveland's going to win because the referee's going to help them win. I don't think they want to go into another week and there's like many days off. Say the Knicks win tomorrow. Say Detroit wins tonight, this afternoon. Their next game is going to be Monday. Like all these series.
Well, no, the Knicks are only up 2-0 in the series.
No, 3.
Oh, they're already up 3-0?
Yeah.
Why did I think 2-0? Okay.
No.
Well,
they're Detroit, Cleveland's up 2-0. If Detroit wins, Detroit will be up 3-0.
That's what I meant.
Yeah. Detroit, Cleveland's 2-0.
I meant Detroit is up 2-0 in the
right.
series.
If they win, they'll be up 3-0.
You still get a game on Monday.
Monday, right. Yeah. But I'm saying after Monday, if Detroit wins,
okay.
You could have the Eastern Conference be done after Monday.
I oddly thought today was Sunday because we're not working tomorrow. And I thought,
well, you're not working.
It's true. It was weird. I was stacking the show today, and I was like, "Oh, let's save that for Sunday." And then I was like, "Well, there are no saving." I'm like Jansen junk today, man. I got to throw all my junk today.
All our stuff is on Saturdays now because Sundays we're pretty much effed up.
Yo, Marlins, let's move the game time back a little bit.
Like they did a nooner. I'm looking at next week's schedule, and I don't know if there's another.
No, we
nooner.
have one. We have one.
No, there's
show.
another nooner next
Oh,
Sunday.
okay. Well then.
No, they play the Rays at 12:15.
Okay.
I might be. I think I'm off that day. I better be.
I'll be off, most likely. We'll see. I don't know. A good day today. So we got some good NBA. We got some good, just for the official breakdown, if you're looking for it. We do have the Detroit Pistons and Cleveland Cavaliers playing right now. At the very beginning of the game, the Detroit up early 9-5 as they look to take a commanding 3-0 series lead. Then you got to wait around a little bit because you get some primetime Lakers Thunder at 8:30.
Yeah.
Now, if you're waiting for hockey, you're going to have to wait around a little bit because the first game starts at 6 o'clock today.
Yeah.
Carolina Hurricanes go for the sweep of the Philadelphia Flyers.
Ooh, that's a nasty weekend in Philadelphia. If they get both the hockey team and the NBA team that share the same arena, they get swept. Damn, I sweep. Like, come on, man. Like, you know, it'd be funny if Carolina's sweeping the Flyers and they'd be like, hey, is that Jalen Brunson over? Hey, JB, here's the broom. Here's the broom we just used sweeping the Flyers. Go ahead. You can use it to sweep the 76ers.
Ooh, anything brings the broom to the arena the next night, and then they use that broom at the end of that game?
Yeah. Or what if they leave a message like with a bow and be like, hey, man, we just used this. It worked good when you're sweeping Philadelphia teams.
That's cool.
Good luck with it.
And we know Carolina, their social media is fantastic, by the way. I don't know if you keep up with the Carolina Hurricanes. They do some silly stuff that makes me just crack up. Yeah.
Their social media game is on point.
It is. I'll give them credit. They are Stanley Cup champion social media team, man.
You know what? You know what, Kuzan? I'm going to give credit to the NBA and NHL. NBA game, you know, we have the playoff game, game 3, Detroit, Cleveland starting right now. Then when that's done, you have Carolina, Philadelphia play their game 3. Their game 4. And then when that game is done, you got OKC, LA Lakers at 8:30. And then 30 minutes after that, you got Colorado, Minnesota. So
it's decent staggering.
Yeah, it's staggered pretty well for you to enjoy the some postseason sports.
Yeah, that's pretty true. And of course, Inter Miami did their part today by starting their game early and winning 4-2 over the Toronto FC.
I left
club.
it at 2-0 when Suarez scored the second goal. Who else scored for them?
Messi, Rodrigo DePaul. And if I could just get stats, guys, like I'm not asking for a lot. I know Rodrigo DePaul got one in the first, Suarez got one, and then it looks like Messi got a goal.
So third and fourth goal would have been Messi and someone else. Okay.
Let's see. Maybe ESPN, the worldwide leader, is a little more on top of things than Google is this time. Nope, they're not. Oh no, I'm in Major League Baseball.
I got it.
I mean, like that. It has to be this complicated. Like seriously.
I got it.
No, I don't. There we go. Summary statistics: DePaul, Luis Suarez, Sergio Aguirre, and Lionel Messi in the 75th minute.
There you go.
So all the stars showed up for Inter Miami, and lo and behold, they ran away from Toronto FC 4-2.
Good job.
Hey man, play our games on the road, no problem. But yeah, everybody scored. Luis Suarez, Rodrigo DePaul. Well, Bertarame didn't score, but still, I mean, we'll take that. 3 out of 4 ain't bad, as they say. 3 out of 4 ain't bad.
Huh?
One more score to update you on.
Please do before we leave.
Man, you know, we've been without Wi-Fi at this radio station for a while. Like in this day and age, no Wi-Fi. It's been interesting. I'm really just filling the time. I'm not really that upset. You got a live look in on the Miami Hurricanes, who have been decent lately in the ACC. Getting ready to play the Louisville Cardinals. They started at 2 o'clock today. This is a rubber match. Miami dropped one in extra innings last night, and they are now up 7-6. High scoring game in the 4th inning right now. Miami and Louisville over there at Mike Light Field, 7-6. Miami Hurricanes baseball team are leading. So now we got Marlins. We hope that Xavier Edwards and Otto Lopez stay hot. We of course hope that Jansen Junk throws nothing but good junk today, and that we can get a win, because this homestand has not been kind to the Miami Marlins. Once again, they are 2-6 on the road the homestand. They can try to salvage, almost make it to 500. But yeah, tomorrow, Haitian Heritage Day.
Nice.
12:30 first pitch?
No. 12:15 first pitch.
12:10 first pitch. Mother's Day, by the way. Happy Mother's Day to Big Lynn. I call her every day. So that's what I'm going to do.
Happy Mother's Day to your mom.
Get off work, and I am going to go home. I'm going to call Big Lynn. I'm going to go, it looks like to the beach, man.
It's
pretty
a beautiful
sunny.
day, bro.
Oh, going to the beach. Then I'm going to go to Giuseppe and Nathan's, I guess, watch the Lakers game, go to bed, and get ready for tomorrow, which would say I'll see you tomorrow, but I'm not going to see you tomorrow, Vlad.
Nah, buddy, I'll see you Monday.
I will see you Monday, and then I'll be here Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then we'll be back next week on a Saturday and no Sunday again, but that's too far ahead of ourselves. If you want more details, it's real simple to follow us at Vlad2078.
It's right there.
At Dan Day Radio, and we will be at you very, very soon. For my cousin Vladimir Louison, I am Dan Day. Let's go Marlins. That is next here on 104.3 FM WQAM.
Later, fools.
WQAM broadcasting live from the Ed Moore